All right, y'all ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right. yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Nukkle Hedd Comic Book Podcast. Yeah. We doing that. We doing that right now. What up? It's your boy twtich. We out here. We gonna be asking the questions, and y'all gonna be listening to the questions, and they're gonna be answering the questions, and then y'all get to ask some questions, and then we might answer your questions if we have time with the questions that were asked beforehand. So don't ask no questions unless you want them answered, because we don't play that bullshit here. Holla at me.
Oh, didn't see you there. Just reading a good book. Cap, as always. I don't know what the hell that was before me. So, kind of figure this out together.
Greatness.
Well, you know what it is. Hit like, subscribe, share, and most importantly, think through your questions before you ask them.
That's right. I don't like to think, so don't ask me no damn questions. Hello. What? Hey man, think it's a chore.
Shouldn't be one.
I know, but you know how it goes, man. Back in the day, they wanted you to feel. I was like, I'm not Bruce Lee. You know how that goes. Don't think.
Absolutely. I get it. I don't. I'm lying. I don't.
It's all right. Not a lot of.
But it sounds good though. I like it. It sounded good.
Yeah, it's the best we got in a society of what we live in.
I felt like you rushed it though a little bit, but it sounded good.
Yeah, it's all right though.
Yeah. This is what it sounds like with well thought out ideas and statements. This is what thinking through your question sounds like. Exactly what Toad just did.
That's right. Fucking don't make me have to do it again. All right. Talking about thinking. I want to start off with two characters that I just got introduced to because I was watching a video, because I like to do that. And they were talking about the smartest characters in the MCU, or potentially going to be in the MCU. But they mentioned Moon Girl, who technically isn't human. She's like an alien, and she has a red Tyrannosaurus Rex with her. And what I found interesting is that she's the only person in the world to solve the Banner box, which apparently is a Rubik's Cube times 4,000. And she solved it like that with no problem. Mm-hmm. Now, the level of intellect on that shit has to be crazy.
Absolutely.
And there's another character I wanted to talk about that I don't even know if you guys know, because when I asked Kat before, he was a little stumped. But apparently Reed Richards' daughter is the smartest character in the Marvel universe. Hold on, you got.
He's like, think Scarlet Witch, but yanked up more. Like he can fuck with reality and all that in a thought. Like he can make a pocket universe in his hands. Wait. That's next level. But yeah, the daughter apparently, she's extremely intelligent. Her name escapes me, but I did read about that. Like I read about Moon Girl, Ironheart, and her.
Okay.
I had mentioned Ironheart before.
Yeah.
That she reverse engineered Tony Stark's equipment by herself and made her own suit. So, yeah. And then Moon Girl, she apparently corrected Reed Richards on something, and he was like, "That's never happened." He goes, "Well, it's life." Yeah. But yeah. These are the three now considered three of the smartest, or the top three smartest people in all of Marvel.
So, from what I'm just looking up now, her name is Valerie Megan Von Doom.
Well, that makes sense. You're part of the Von Doom-ish.
Yeah, so she's the goddaughter of Victor Von Doom.
Wait a minute, sir. Let me understand this correctly. These two guys hate each other, and you made him the godson? Well, it has to be like in another universe, something, right?
No. This is in 616.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
I
I
mean,
would never catch that.
Doom is evil, but I mean, he respects intelligence.
That is true. That
And
you know what's funny, and that's the thing I love about when they write an intelligent character. That even at that point, he can respect two things: honor. That's why he respects Cap, and intelligence. That's why he respects anybody that's it's that level of intelligence. Like, have you ever seen the Avengers Assemble?
Yeah.
And he goes, "I want you to protect me." He goes, "You asked for the Avengers." He goes, "I didn't ask for the Avengers. I asked for you."
Yeah.
At no point did I say I need all of them. I needed you because you find a way to get people to do things against their will. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. You know what I mean?
He also made the point of, Cap, you're the one who stands by principle. So even though I'm a bad guy, I know for a fact that you're gonna have my back when the shit hits the fan because you're a man of principle.
When Hawkeye was like, "Yo," he goes, "Listen, even he has a diplomatic immunity. You know what I'm saying? He has a right to say whatever he wants for his country. Do I like it? No. But these are the rules we're living by. You know what I'm saying? That gotta be it. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy at the end of that episode that Cap was already planning. See, people forget how tactical and strategic Cap's mind is. He may not be ingenuitively intelligent, but when it comes to battle, he's gonna be 8 steps ahead of you. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, no, that whole the Moon Girl, Ironheart, the other one, yeah, they're like. By the way, Moon Girl and Ironheart are both African American, even though Moon Girl is an alien. And if you know anything about Reed Richards, clearly she's Valerie's going to be
African American.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's the black daughter.
Yeah,
that's the black daughter Shook was never finding. That's who she is.
Yo, reading what she can do. She's got genius level intellect, superhuman strength, invulnerability, invisibility, time travel, force field generation, energy blast, limited telekinesis, shortened empathy and telepathy. Hard words to say.
Okay. Yeah, but see,
so she's the female Superman.
You see, it's like you put all of the Fantastic Four people together in one. Technically, she doesn't like energy projection. You can say that's a Human Torch with his fire. Then the force field of clearly is his mom, her mother, and then the intellect is clearly the father. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Sue Storm is pretty intelligent as well. People forget that. You know what I'm saying? She's not just hot; she's actually very intelligent.
Yeah.
Saying.
But this is the thing that I don't get. You got two people, one who can turn invisible, and one who stretches. How the fuck does that make invulnerability, super strength, time travel, energy blast? Like, how the fuck do you get all those combinations from the original two?
Yeah, and think about that. Look at their son. He can alter reality.
Yeah.
That how batshit crazy he's OP over his parents and her. It's like, yo, look, what was in those cosmic rays that hit you guys? And how come you got the shit end of the stick?
Yeah.
You stretch. Ooh.
Yeah, they got the cosmic rays one.
And then the kids got the ultimate residue of the cosmic rays are way better than the shit they got. Don't get me wrong, Sue Storm can make a force field inside you and expand it in your fuck, but she's not altering reality or time traveling. And Reed Richards can get you from high places. Congratulations, Reach.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your son is making pocket dimensions at school. That is insane. And your daughter can pick up a semi. But you can stretch.
And
it must be like an evolution thing. You know what I mean? You know how the further the X-Men went down, the more evolved they got, the better they got.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a thing of, all right, this is the basis. And with time, their powers evolved to the kids. Like, how the kids supposedly get better than you? Like if I'm athletic and my wife is intelligent, then it possibly get the good mix of both.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's to me, that's the thing that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, they're mutants. They're both mutants at the end of the day, if you think about it. Because their cells are mutated.
True. Mm-hmm. So you mean to tell me my kid's going to be able to just create money out of thin air?
Hey, man, if you get a girl that does it, do it. Find her. And if she has a sister Get her to toe.
Word.
It's a lot of money being created.
Hell yeah. There's a lot of air around us. You know? Definitely.
Sometimes there's not that much air around you. Where you be at?
The ocean.
That reminds.
See, you're talking about Reed Richards' daughter, and she's fucking with your reality right now.
Oh yeah, she really is. That's what I get for talking about women in general. I gotta get. Yo, did you send that thing I sent about Mary Jane?
Oh,
I said the thing right. So the whole thing, Mary Jane gets in danger so much, she decided to learn hand-to-hand combat. How about this one? Stop getting in danger. Crazy idea. And you want to talk about toxic? That Lois Lane got nothing on Mary Jane, by the way.
Yeah, but to be fair, learning hand-to-hand combat when you live with a man who can crawl on walls is it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, but I'm saying is
they should know some Taibo or something.
Yeah, but let's remember this. This is also the same woman that threw herself off a building to prove who he was. That is not healthy.
Yo, think of this. Think of how fucked up the writers are. They had Gwen Stacy fall off a bridge. Spidey catches her, snaps the neck. So then his next girlfriend jumps off the fucking thing and hopes that he doesn't catch her and
do the same thing, right? Like, yo, wait a minute. I've been here before. I know what happens. I have to jump and get her. I have to meet her speed. Like, I remember once I was watching Mythbusters, and they were talking about how Superman swoops in and catches people. He goes, he would tear them in half. He has to match their velocity, then get them. He can't just swoop in and all of a sudden it's like Omni-Man. He's gonna cut right through them.
Yeah.
Listen, that's not the way it went in my mind.
Yo, that's
Splatter the guts all over him. Also, I'm like, I didn't catch him.
That's one of the good things that I liked about the Flash and the Justice League is when he ran, he was holding people by the back of the head so that they wouldn't have whiplash or any weird effect.
That was Quicksilver.
He did that too?
Hand behind he would put his hand, like he did it to Magneto. When he went to get him out of prison, he put his hand behind his head, and Days of Future Past goes, "What's that for?" So you won't snap your neck. He goes, "Trust me, it's happened before." Because if you try to, like, Spider-Man with the web and then Superman cutting someone in half, it's like, yo, that's impossible. You're gonna kill somebody.
Yeah.
You're gonna break a spine or something. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what it is like we were talking before about when we were talking about female characters. There weren't too many intelligent female characters. There were the damsels, or you had your damsels and you had your Storms and Wonder Woman. Like, either they're OP or they ain't shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're kind of intelligent, but not really. And now they just started to kick it up all the notch and go, yo, the most intelligent people in Marvel now are all women, pretty much.
Yeah, but going back to that, they don't publicize it.
No, they don't.
I've been hearing about Franklin Richards since he was first made.
Yeah.
I've never once heard anything about the daughter. I barely even remember they had a daughter.
It's funny. The reason I remember the daughter is because I read a comic where the son, where he's talking to her, like he's talking right, and I go, what was that? And all of a sudden I go, oh, that's right, they have a daughter. Now the thing with Moon Knight, with Moon Girl and Ironheart is that Ironheart is in one of the cartoons they have now. And then Moon Girl, I happened to pick up a comic book. I just saw a red T-Rex, and I was like, yo, I like dinosaurs, fuck it. And all of a sudden it was a very interesting read coming from her. She was meeting Tony Stark for the first time, and she made him look like an idiot. Like, and that was fun because his Tony Stark's a dick, and his ego took a shot.
Yeah.
This little girl was fucking straight embarrassing me in front of everybody. Like, it'd be like that sometimes. She was like, she's a little girl, so it was nothing personal to her. She's like, well, you were wrong. I'm helping you. Yeah.
And one of the things with Riri Wilson is critically, when she first came in, fans hated her.
Yeah.
It has taken her a long time to get into a good standing with the fans because they misunderstood that. They thought she was coming in to replace Tony Stark, to be like the new It's weird. Like they're gonna erase Tony Stark, and she was just gonna be it from now on.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, it was almost exactly concurrent with Robert Downey Jr. doing the snap. It was like eerily. It was the timing was perfect, and then not perfect for her. You know what I mean? So, but then again, you have to understand. It's like, yo, you have a new Cap, right? You're gonna have a new Iron Man. It's like, yo, it's like we talking about X-Pac. With him, there's no character evolution. You have to evolve with the time. All of that stuff is manuals. Cap is a manual. Iron Man is a manual. Hulk could be a manual because they got the Asian kid.
Amadeus Cho,
right? A manual. He became a Hulk. You know what I'm saying? He's actually intelligent with it, makes him a little weaker, but with the brains and that strength, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Even Thor. We have a female Thor. We have Beta Ray Bill. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things. Like the problem is that you have these people that have been reading these characters for so long that they go batshit when you change it. Like Wolverine's son.
Which one? Dakin?
Dick, my man. The first time I read about him, I go, "Oh, that claw out of there that person's different." Everybody else that I know hated him. Yo, and then what do? You make him bisexual. That's when the shit hit the fan. Because Wolverine would never do something like that, even though he's been alive for like 1,000 years. Who says he hasn't dipped his pen in mad shit? Yeah. But the moment they made him mad, it was over. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I think it's different. It's cool that he has a son. I mean, all the Tang he's been slaying all these years, it has to catch up to him eventually.
But you know what?
Like 1,000. Come on.
It's weird. It's weird. The whole everybody don't like the bisexual thing. But if you think logically, right, and just take feelings out of it,
yeah,
that is probably the most rational and reasonable of the sexualities. Because instead of just having half the population that you're into, you essentially opened up to the entire population.
Yeah, absolutely.
And old school Greek fucking world, that's what they did. That's how they were.
I mean, you remember Gladiator, right? When he's telling Maximus, you want a girl, a boy? And it's like,
yeah.
And running jokes and the whole thing is that senators like little boys, like the senators, the older guys. That was a running joke, right? Like, look, like, perfect example. Two of the coolest characters out there, Deadpool and John Constantine, are pansexuals. They will nail anything. At one point in one of the comics, Constantine got laid with King Shark. They had the thing going. It's a fucking shark, son. He nailed a shark.
You gotta,
and people love Constantine, and you can't tell people shit about Constantine. Deadpool. No one can't tell them shit. But meanwhile, Deadpool will nail anything that walks, literally,
or crawls, or
has a face of death, whatever. He's in it. But make Wolverine's son buy. What are you doing? Blasphemy, my man. The other guy that can heal fast fucks everything.
Yeah,
and he has a daughter. What's the big deal? That's like if there's no, like, look, it's like comedy and comics should be two places where you can't take any of this shit seriously.
Yeah, just read it for enjoyment.
Yeah, like when I see a comic, I'll be like, yo, I can't do much. It's a joke.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did you guys see the trailer to the Hulu Marvel animated Hit Monkey?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you don't know what Hit Monkey is. I
looked it up, but
they literally found a fucking monkey.
Yep.
And trained him to be an assassin.
Yep.
Not like a monkey with special powers and
nope.
Just a fucking monkey.
They made a monkey John Wick.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And that's one of Deadpool's like favorite allies too.
Deadpool's favorite ally is the monkey?
Hit Monkey, yeah.
Holy shit. And this is coming out on Hulu.
First, I gotta see it. Because you know what it is? Me and him was watching the show Primal, right? You guys ever seen it? It's like a caveman, and the caveman has forgot the animal that's with him, but they travel together through through all kind of landscape. And then when I saw the monkey one, I was like, yo, that looks like the same animation. He was like, yo, it is. By the way, I looked it up, same animation crew. And the fact that is it Jason Sudeikis that he's like the spirit that's back that's like helping him out?
Yeah, he's the agent helping him out.
That he's dead, by the way. It's like you got John Wick meets Project X. That's old school for you kids. You don't know about that. Matthew Broderick was in that. That was training monkeys in flights. Meets Sixth Sense. Like you mix that all together, and you got this shit show that we're gonna watch, and I can't wait to see it. By the way, he gets him a suit.
Yo, with sunglasses and everything, bro.
Oh my god, that's crazy. And he looks better in a suit than some people that I know, so that's crazy.
Shit. Okay, that's definitely good. Something, and that's something I gotta check out. Williams wants to know what you guys think of. No.
Oh, that's right. No, that's right. I apologize. I know you. Yeah. I know you guys are not fans of the Venom. Period. The end credit scene is.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I saw the end credit scene, right?
Oh, cool. All right, good.
So when I saw it, I was like, okay, I might give this movie a chance. And then I saw a leaked version, or not a version. I saw a leaked the end part where him and Carnage go out in the church.
Yes.
I saw that scene, and dude, the scene was 5 minutes long that I was watching. A minute and a half into it, I was like, "No, I'm not watching this fucking movie. This is stupid," and I turned it off. I didn't even bother watching the rest of it.
It's funny. The guy that does a comic review of, I forgot the cat's name. It kind of felt like, and I was like, I saw parts, and I was like, I can see it, but apparently, Tom Hardy was all in for the movie. He just dove into it. Everybody's like, what do you know? He was kind of off as Cassidy. He was kind of off. I was like, I mean, you got to play a psycho. Do it like Tom Hardy was playing Eddie Brock. Just who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
The guy enjoys murdering people without the Carnage suit. Go bad shit. Go back to your Natural Born Killer days. That should have been that same character. That's pretty much that character in comics. The way they were killing people, like fucking for fun, that's how you should have been killing people. Even in the PG-13, you could have pulled off that same character. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
Yeah, but the end credit scene is it's been a week, right? It's been a week, right?
Well,
no, it hasn't been a week. No, it hasn't been a week. No. Well, next time, I don't want to, the Russo brother rules. We'll give you a week. After that shit, I'm just dropping bombs. Taking L's out here.
But all the reviews that I've heard from Kenny, from Cruz, from other people, is that it's a short movie. That's pretty much the review I get. Like, how'd you like the movie? It was short.
It's relatively, it's like, how do I say this? It's like it was like they were trying to get to the end credit scene.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like they were rushing to like, yo, you guys got to get here. And there's only one. And like, I swear to God, it's like the movie's pushing to that. You know what I mean? When it's like a kid trying to get to that one present, like, yo, I need that present. I know what it is. And you're trying to get to it.
Yeah.
That kind of deal. You're rushing through to get to that point. And meanwhile, you're forgetting that there's a movie here.
That's part of the reason why I'm not interested in watching this, because all I hear is short. I'm like,
No. I mean, there's no lie in that. It's short. You know what I'm saying? But
damn, I can't get a sentence out.
Yeah, somewhere there's a director's cut of this podcast. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But I was like, whoa, what? Like, you guys really fuck this movie. Get to here, guys. That's pretty much what it is. And I was like, all right.
Wow.
You could have done that shit. Just show us that.
Yeah.
Charge $5 and be like, yo, here's the end scene. Let's leave.
Just do the one shot like they did God Save the Queen or King, what
The whole the Mandarin thing,
They could have just did that for that. Because I what's his name? Woody Harrelson? That's the Carnage. I always said if somebody's gonna play Carnage, it's gotta be him. Because I can picture him a crazy motherfucker, and the Carnage I knew from the cartoon was a crazy psychopath killer that couldn't be stopped.
Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
That Cap knows this. You take that character that he played then, and you make him Carnage, and that's perfect. Because they're both batshit crazy. At one point, they were just driving around killing people for the fuck of it. And this is Carnage. Carnage kills his parents at 12. You understand that? Both his parents murdered at 12 because he enjoys that shit. Some people are just, that's what they do.
So, all right. So, since we're going to talk about Venom, let's talk about Venom and the symbiotes, which that's another reason why I didn't like the first one. I saw a little bit of it, and they called it a symbiote, and I said, nope, sorry.
It's funny. You're not the only person that I know. My boy literally was watching, and he heard that shit, and he left.
Yeah, it's like
he got up and he bounced. He goes, by the way, fun fact, he was on a date.
Oh, shit. Well,
he got up, he goes, nope. You seen that Danny DeVito meme where he's like, nope.
Yeah.
That kind of like that. He just said, and he texts me, goes, yo, I just left Venom. I go, oh, how was it? He goes, no, they pronounced it wrong.
Yo, Sony does not want Lay to talk about this movie.
Yo, for real.
We're being honest here, guys. We're being honest here. You know what we should do next time? Just give the rights to Marvel. They clearly got this right. They got the formula down. Did you not notice this with Spider-Man's success?
Yeah.
They got it down. Just hand it over.
For everything.
You'll get some royalties or some kickback. Just, yo, Sony, take a knee, run out the clock, give it to Marvel. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
They got it. They introduced your character better than you ever did in a little bullshit scene where he took a guy's shield.
Yeah, pretty much. And they said his backstory in like 2 seconds.
Like that. You guys couldn't get this shit right 4 times.
For real. Yeah. And now the Carnage or the Venom shit is fucking up at least 3 times.
The fun part is you take a character that is literally, he was introduced through that comic and you decide, let's do something different. First of all, nobody likes that Venom because there's no white spider sign. This is how we know him.
Yeah.
This is how everybody knows him. How did he come about? He was Peter's first. Then like a squirrel X, he went to the other dude. Like a pissed off X. You want to talk about a toxic relationship? That's Venom.
Oh yeah.
All point intended with Cap's the anti-tox, anti-venom.
Yeah.
Think about that. And there's a symbiote called Toxic, by the way.
That's what you pronounce it? Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Which symbiote, not the symbiote, is is the strongest one out of them in the comics?
So right now, it's Eddie Brock and the original Venom, because he killed. So the symbiotes were created by a character called Null.
Mm-hmm.
He's the god of their world,
yep.
And he's actually so powerful. He's the one who killed the fucking the Celestial. So you know in Guardians of the Galaxy where they go to nowhere and it's just a floating head?
Yeah.
Null is the one who killed that Celestial. He beheaded him and left him floating out there.
He's the one that made the God Killer sword.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's him. So in Ragnarok, in the new Love and Thunder, the guy that Christian Bale is playing is the guy he gave the sword to. The God Killer. Because he has a God Killer sword. It's like the Wonder Woman sword.
Okay.
Kind of like that. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And the Celestial is essentially a god. So, in the words of the Queen, off with his head. Yeah, I'm sorry, you were saying, Cap. I apologize.
No. Hey, jump in whenever, man.
Yeah.
So he created all the symbiotes, and now depending on what you read, originally during Secret War, Spider-Man found the one that would become Venom. He took it on. He had the black suit, all that shit, and then we know the history from there. He left and went to Eddie Brock. There's a Deadpool comic that actually rewrote that and said that Deadpool was there the entire time, but nobody fucking noticed him. And the symbiote actually jumped to him first and realized that he was so fucking crazy that he jumped off immediately. And that's why the symbiotes are fucking batshit.
Wait, which?
It's because they jumped to Deadpool first.
Which symbiote?
Venom. It all started. All the ones we know about started with Venom.
Okay.
Yeah. The funny part is, in their planet, they're not drawn to violence or anger. They're just drawn to like genuine people. That's the funny part about it. Like the entity itself is not violent, but it just attaches to a host, and it's like, it's like got rejected, so it went to Brock. Brock hated Peter. Makes sense, right? Not the ones that they made here on Earth. Those were pieces of shit.
So that's how they explain why Venom was so crazy.
Yeah.
Apparently he went to Deadpool first and got fucked up, and he literally was with him for maybe like a minute. But that's how fucked up Deadpool is. So then what happened is, so in the King in Black saga that just finished up, they literally, all the symbiotes came down. Null came down, and everybody, Venom, Hulk, Captain America, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, Wolverine, everybody had a fucking symbiote with him. And Eddie was it was like Jet Li in the One. Just Eddie went around getting rid of all of them, and he became the last man standing, and he's the new King in Black. He's the new guy in charge now.
Shit.
Oh, and fun fact, Eddie Brock's son is very powerful. Well, I just want you to remember this. Remember we talking about Reed Richards' and the daughter? He has kinetic powers somehow. And Brock never had any of those. And he has a symbiote already in him. Clearly. You know what I'm saying? It became a Brock set at the end, but I was like, yo, why does he have mental power? What?
So he has a synthetic symbiote in him?
No, he has it's like passed down from his father to him.
Oh,
remember,
shit.
Venom and Brock were together for so long. It's like second nature at that point. Like they became one, literally. And now he's gonna pass it on to his son.
Damn. Well, at least they didn't do no shit where it was like Eddie Brock's having sex, but Venom, takes over, and then now it's Venom's child and not Eddie Brock's.
This is true.
This
is true.
So here's the thing, right? At the anti-Venom story that I had up in the beginning, it shows that even though Flash Thompson, Matt Gorgon, and a whole bunch of other people took the symbiote from Eddie, it showed that the symbiote still lived inside Eddie's blood, and it was actually giving him cancer. So when Mr. Negative healed him and turned him to anti-Venom, it sprung back to life, the full symbiote. So Venom has been with Eddie the entire time, even though other people have been walking around wearing the symbiote.
Okay. All right.
Had a good idea right here. She goes, how about Marvel versus horror characters?
In themes of Halloween.
Yeah. So I'm thinking Jason versus Batman, which is fun. Yeah. And then Iron Man versus anybody that can kill him.
Jason.
You gotta do the obvious: Freddy versus Wolverine.
Of course.
Oh yeah, that's a good one right there. Jason goes, sub show, Lay and Cap, who you want to see play in the Marvel character? And he goes, anything goes. The only thing that does not go is do not ask us about the music in any of the movies. If we want anyone to score any of the movies or anything like that, music is off the table. All right? Don't ask us about the entrance music for Captain America or Superman or anybody like that. It's the only questions we're not answering today.
Yeah. Oh, wow, hold up. It depends on the character, Like the guy that's one of the Eternals now, I would have probably had casted him for a Warlock, but he's like Superman already because he hit the vision and he flies, and I'm like, okay, so there goes that idea. You know what I mean? I remember for Cap, I had no idea until they took Chris Evans, and I was like, for Black Panther, I thought it was going to be Denzel. No lie. Forever, I was like, yo.
Oh, Wesley Snipes.
Well, Wesley Snipes wanted it, but I was like, Denzel. You want somebody regal? Denzel. But then, Chad came in and was like, oh, no, also regal. My bad. Good call. Killmonger, I didn't want. Yo, Michael B. Jordan, I got nothing against him. I just didn't want him. You know what I mean? Actually, the guy that's Black Manta and Aquaman, that's who I wanted to play Killmonger. That he's Candyman.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
I wanted him to do it because Killmonger is bigger, and
Yo, the Illuminati have it out for him.
For real.
I'm telling the truth, you man. Don't get mad at me.
We can't hear what you're saying because it's like the minute you start talking, things cut off. It's like no one wants you to speak nowadays.
It's a brown thing.
It's the symbiotes. They're coming after you.
I pronounced it right. You're right.
Yeah, one thing I wanted Jensen Ackles to play Cap before Chris Evans got it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see
He's
that.
the guy from Supernatural. He's the older.
Yeah,
brother.
I can see that. Yeah. Well, I wanted him to do Red Hood after he did the voice.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know the guy we were talking about, he did shit. He did the player. He was the prosecutor for Law and Order.
Yeah. He was in a show that I love called Strike Back.
Yes.
Yeah, that dude. I love the dude.
That dude as Richard Rider Nova.
Yes, absolutely.
That would be perfect casting.
Yeah. The funny part is he's still in great shape. I follow him on Instagram. Still looks the same.
Even with his nose? Don't he got a weird nose?
Dude, he's wearing a mask, bro.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you never see Nova. You're not gonna
Wolverine.
See you're gonna see like this.
So is Wolverine. Only Judge Dredd wore the fucking mask.
Yeah. No, the second Judge Dredd. Stallone was not fucking around. You had to see his face.
Yeah.
Carl Urban was like, yeah, doesn't matter. Just put it on. I'm good.
Yo, hey, I don't care what anybody says. That first Judge Dredd movie is still pretty good.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And I once again, it's Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It's so bad it's good. So bad it's good.
It's yours.
When I saw Rob Schneider, I was like, oh, so we're not going to take the series. Good.
You want war? I'm your war.
Yeah.
That was one of the greatest parts of the movie. That one and Section 405, illegal use of city ordinance. How do you please? I knew you'd say that. When he shocks the fucking, is he a cyborg?
The redneck dude.
Yeah,
he's like a cyborg. Yeah, remember they were cannibals.
Yo, we still to this day quote. Anytime we're like, oh, you can have this if you can ever get it to work.
Yeah,
You talk about the cycle.
Yeah. You killed Billy.
Oh,
you killed Duggar, and you killed my pa. And you know what? That's a comic book too. Yeah.
Kill you too, son. Don't worry about that.
You know, I like to fuck with people when they do shit and they're wrong. Like, oh, Mr. I am the law.
Oh yeah.
That was my shit. All right, so which character? Going off of Jason's question, which character are you excited to see introduced into the MCU, or would you want to see introduced, whether they said it or not?
So are we talking about like Disney Plus shows or just movies?
If the Disney Plus shows are a part of the MCU, then we're gonna add them also.
All fair game.
Yeah.
I want so bad for Squirrel Girl to be introduced. They already have, the girl who does the AT&T commercial.
Yeah.
Yes.
They already have her to play Squirrel Girl in a show that they started producing it and then it fell apart.
The New Warriors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
They already tapped her. Just like put her in something else, man.
It's funny. She could show up in the Young Avengers or Ms. Marvel or like the Kamala Khan one.
Well, the rumor that I'm hearing is that she might actually show up in Deadpool 3.
That would make sense. In the most batshit way. With Deadpool and her, yeah. Sign me up.
What?
Shit.
And Deadpool 3 is a part of the MCU, right?
Yes. Deadpool 3 is officially MCU.
Well,
what about the other two?
Did you guys peep Free Guy?
No, I didn't see it, but apparently
he has Cap Shield and he has a bunch of references, like Marvel references. Because Ryan Reynolds, like,
he started talking shit about Ryan Reynolds and they cut him off.
We all love Ryan Reynolds. Have you seen Blade Trinity?
Oh,
My
yeah.
fault, that was a bad example.
No, dude, Blade Trinity, that's one of those movies that's like, it's bad, but It's not one of those that it's so bad it's good. It's just one of those that it's bad, but there's like one or two things where you're like, that shit was funny.
Yeah, and it's funny because Ryan Reynolds is one of them.
Yeah,
He's a saving grace for that movie, and no matter what's his side want to give him shit, he made that movie pretty much watchable. Like anytime you saw it, I'm like, oh, he's funny. He said, "Go fuck your sister." I'm like, oh. But yeah. I would love to see that. It would be fun to see Squirrel Girl. I'm gonna cheat. I have two. Clearly, the Punisher. I'm not even gonna lie. This is not me playing games. Make a Marvel Knights division. Make the movies and TV shows of the darker rated there on that side. Kevin Feige, come on, bro.
put him on Hulu.
Kevin Feige, bro. Come on, bro. Think about it. Marvel Knights, all the violent characters on there. We got enough.
Yeah.
Say. And then it's funny this is for no reason other than it'd be fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, excuse me. Damn, I forgot the cat's name. But then I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, MODOK. Want to see a live version of MODOK?
Yeah. So that actually leads into one of the questions that I had.
Yeah.
Where it was, which obscure character do you think wouldn't work live action? And MODOK was my pick.
I understand because it's the most ridiculous concept ever. But I would love to see MODOK introduced. I just want to, you know what? Give me concept art. And I don't care if it happens or not. I just want to see them try. And who they cast to voice him and like his image after. You know how they did the Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah.
Because he leads AIM. I would love to see that. I think it would be entertaining. But Punisher first. Punisher first.
For anybody who doesn't know, MODOK is literally a giant head with like baby arms and legs that sits in a fucking chair, and he can control any and all technology.
So is he like Ultron, just the head version?
No, he's more like Artem Zoloff.
Yeah,
but just instead of him being in a computer, he's just a physical head.
Give me a second. I keep freezing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna restart my thing. Just give me a second, okay?
All right.
I think it might be just my laptop telling me to go fuck myself. But let me restart it.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, Wale's working on his thing. I don't know if you guys can see this.
There you go.
That's him. Like, I don't see how that would work live action.
I don't either, unless we go into like a fantasy world and all that. But
the thing is, he's the leader of AIM. He's the head supreme at AIM. Unless they model him after Killian from Iron Man 3. And then fucking, I don't know, CGI.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they would have done him the same way they did the guy from the Incredible Hulk movie. Was his
But the leader?
The leader, yeah, because they put some shit in his head and his head was morphing into another shape.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just a dude with an elongated head. We're not talking about a floating head.
Thursday champion. No, yeah, I mean, they probably would have made like a machine for him to float and then project like his face. All right, lay it back. Let me just put his link up.
That didn't work.
All right, there you go. Wait. All right. I had you muted for a second.
I don't know why I stopped moving. That made no sense. I was like, wait, that doesn't affect anything.
Well, the signal, if you stop moving and you get stuck on the signal, you're good. But when you start moving around.
It's because I got the vaccination. The 5G is not working real good.
Yeah.
It's like the 5G's here. It's in here.
That's what it is.
By the way, here's a fun fact. I literally went through a whole day of work messing with somebody that just got the shot. I'm like, yo, I think the 5G is messing with your service. Hook, line, and sinker, son. It was awesome. He freaked out the whole day. I was like, yo, no. The service just sucks in here, bro. Hilarious, brothers.
The shit people believe nowadays, like, oh, they're putting trackers in us. Yeah, they've been putting trackers in us for like 15 years.
You know what's funny? For one thing, if the government is tracking me, they go, yo, fuck, this guy's boring. Two, what the fuck are you tracking me for? The shit I look up, you're going to be like, yo, there's two things. This guy is really perverted and completely boring. Like,
pretty much.
Like, you're going to see my ads, like, oh, I got to get new boots. Big deal. Look who you're tracking. I'm not using none of the key words as you say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I literally watched yesterday on YouTube somebody change a fucking horseshoe on a horse and clip the nails and put a new one on.
Like it got to. I remember for a minute I was watching just Forged in Fire.
Yo, that show's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome, but it's like this is who you're tracking.
Yo, I don't know if you would be into this thing. It's kind of hard to track down for some reason, but History Channel had a TV show called Top Shot.
Oh yeah. I used to love Top Shot.
That show, oh my god, that show was awesome.
You know, huge fan of it, man. You know, they would like do the simulations of the warriors fighting each other. It was awesome.
Oh, Deadliest Warrior, yeah.
I used to love it, man. Dope. Until they got that one dude from Future Weapons to come in. He made it boring, but before him, it was dope. It was so dope. Like an Apache versus a gladiator.
Some of them, I was like, I don't know how you think they're gonna fucking win. Like, there's bullshit how you come up with them winning, but all right.
The one that I did like was Capone versus Jesse James gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. And then the Yakuza versus, like, was it the Mafia, was it?
Yeah, I think it was the Mafia, yeah.
It was like, yo, really?
I think it was the Pirate versus the Knight.
Yeah. And you know the Pirate was going to win because he has a gat.
Yeah.
There's a gun. You know what I'm saying? With the one that I really like, the Samurai versus, what's the Samurai face? Was it the Spartan?
Samurai.
Yeah, Spartan, yeah. It's funny because I was like, all right, I know the shield is a thing, but he barely has any gear on. The samurai is like geared up, but the shield was a big thing. I was like, really?
Well, I mean, look at Cap. You ain't kicking his ass with a shield.
That's true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but that samurai sword is like a 3-body sword cut through fucking 3 people at once.
Like, if you get enough of it, it's going right through. You know what I mean? And, no, at least the good ones were.
Yeah,
the good ones were. The one was fun was the Green Berets versus the Spetsnaz. No, the Green Berets versus the Spetsnaz. That was cool. And then the SEALs versus the Israeli force.
Yeah.
The guys who do the Krav Maga, but I was like, but the SEALs are going to win because they go everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, my part of that, I remember it vividly, where they had the SEAL with that little knife stabbing the dummy, and he chopped his fucking head off with it. And they were like, yo, his hand speed was the speed of a fucking Olympic gold medalist. It's like, not every SEAL has that speed, but I get you.
Like it's you can buy that knife. It's a recon knife. It's like it's done by Cold Steel. But my man was on some. I was like, yo, you would fuck up Turkey, son. The way he was just.
Hell yeah.
Shit. But yeah, that was the reason I like that show, because it kind of gave me like a Captain America Winter Soldier kind of vibe. You know, like seeing history and all that. And then you think about like Vandal Savage, because it did Genghis Khan. You're like, I see this.
Yeah.
Good correlation. Yeah. Sorry, this is not comic books. I apologize, but it was a dope show. You get a chance, we'll look it up online.
Yeah, for real. All right, hold on real quick before we get back into this. I want to. Kenny said that he was watching NXT. He was watching Braun Breaker with 2Ks. The third one is silent. But yo, Kenny, I know this is the comic book podcast. Stop looking at my girl, bro.
By the way,
that reference,
that's gonna run, and so is Battle Cat.
Oh yeah, the Battle Cat. He called Keith Bearcat Lee, the Battle Cat, which, to be honest with you, kind of makes more sense. But you know what? To each its own. Yo, champion, we're gonna cover that on Thursday, bro. We're gonna definitely cover that shit on Thursday. All right. Yo, you have another question, Cap, or can I?
I got a question. I actually got a question for you. So let me bring this back. So I've always wanted to know what aspects of comic books in general either confuse you or turn you off to the notion of getting into the comics themselves.
All right. This might sound weird, but the way that they're supposed to be read. Like, because you see the pictures and then you see the bubbles, and it's like, all right, do I read the top bubble first? And then, like, there's like bubble after bubble after bubble, and then you read it, and it's a whole, it's a whole thing. It's like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then you read the other bubbles, like, oh, this is a conversation. And then it's like, all right, I'm trying to go into it, and then it goes into the depiction. There's a fight, and most of the time the fight's like 2 or 3 punches. And then, according to the rest of the world, that was like the mega fight of all fights. And I'm like, I cannot visualize this the way that you guys can, because I'm not, like, for some reason, I interpret pen to paper a lot different than other people. Like,
Wait,
I interpret, the way shit's me reading, I get different things from than other people.
You mean interpret?
That's what I said.
Okay. I guess you're playing show's part as well today.
Yeah, because the cocksucker don't want to be here, so I gotta be both. I'm the toe in the show, baby. No, but in all honesty, it's one of those things. It's like the drawing is cool, but it doesn't give me enough information for what's happening. And then, like, there's a lot of imagination you have to put into it. That my imagination runs wild, and it, like, I got into a conflict in college because of that. We had to read The Postman, and what I read from it, other people didn't get from it, and we got into a huge argument. Like, cause all right, so there's one part in there. He's a postman, and there's this like flood, and he's like knee deep in water, and he's delivering a package. Only thing going through his mind is going home and fucking his lady. And the girls thought that was like fucking disgusting above all disgusting. In my head, I was like, he really cares about this woman, because all he's thinking about, knee deep in water, delivering your piece of shit package, is going home to this woman and fucking her. I tell you what, I would not be thinking about that shit. The last thing I'm thinking about is me doing this and going home to you. No, it's me getting the fuck out of this water. And we had a whole argument about that, and the teacher thought I was wrong. I was like, I don't understand. I'm a man. I know men's nature. If I'm thinking about fucking you, you're important. Especially if I'm knee deep if I'm in the middle of a flood and I still have to do my job. So,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You want to take this one, Cap?
Say again?
Yeah, you want to take this one, bro? I don't know how to answer that.
I'm not a reader.
I think you just misread the intent of the fucking thing, but all right.
No, like I'm not much of a reader. You know what I'm saying? So like I try to, get things going, and it's like, all right, whatever. And it doesn't, like, I'm a visual guy. I like to see shit.
More than static images, apparently.
Yeah. I like movement. So all right, so I'm gonna flip the question back to y'all. What part of reading the comics captures you guys? What's
so
go ahead. Yeah.
It is the basic ability of telling a story. So like you were saying, the fights are only, it's 1 or 2 parts of the panel.
Yeah.
One punch here, one punch there. But if told effectively, that's all you need. You can put in the rest of it. And with comics and books in general, you can go so far down into the story you want to tell that you can bring out different emotions and different things. And the overarching nature of, if you read Civil War, if you read just a graphic novel, just knowing that the character in the background that's having that conversation you don't know about, well, just go pick up his comic and you can read what that is, and then you can get a whole sense of everything around.
I hear you. That concept is cool. You know, that the concept of cool and the concept of the stories are dope, and that's what I appreciate about them. It's just, you know, like if they were in like a TV shows like the Flash and Green Arrow and those ones where they interlace with each other, that to me is dope. You know,
well, the thing is, you know me, I have a massive fucking imagination.
yeah.
So it's easy for me to put myself in there and visualize what they want to, you know, what they're trying to get us to say or to read and view and feel and all that shit.
Mhm.
But all that comes with the more you read them, the more you understand the language of it, and then the more you'll get into it.
There's only before Legos, there's only one comic strip that I read that I really enjoyed and got captured in, and that was when the Kingpin was sitting in this dude's home, and he had literally just killed his wife and had thugs rape his wife and all that other shit, and they were like, you do know that he's gonna kill everybody to come out of jail, and he does that. The guy kills everyone, you know, the guards and everybody, gets out of jail, goes home and sees the Kingpin just sitting there, and then the next thing you know, the Kingpin killed him. And it was like, the story was, I did this so you can come to me so I can kill you. And to me, I was like, that's some badass shit. But every word that I said was written on that page. It was literally the story of, you hired thugs to rape and kill his wife. You do know that he's gonna kill everybody in the jail to come and get you. That's the plan. Then the guy gets there and Kingpin kills him and he leaves like if there was nothing.
Yeah.
Now, see, if you knew the character and you had your imagination, it's the best part of a good horror movie. Instead of telling you what's happening, it lets you put what happens. Because sometimes what you put, like in a horror movie, what you put is worse than what they're gonna show you. Or the prison break, you put in your head, how the fuck did he do it? They give you little snippets to go off of to start with. Kingpin, how did he kill that dude? They give you a little snippet, and then you imagine how it's. I'll tell you right now. You remember the game Left 4 Dead?
Yeah.
There's no story in it except for the story we tell as we were playing it. That's what it is.
That was a dope story though. All right, ladies. So for you now.
Yeah. It's always been sitting on this side of it and seeing how someone reacts to something. And like in the way, like the consistency, if the character is written consistently, especially by one writer or another writer picks up like, oh, you know, not like the character today is saving lives. Next day he's mowing down 80 people. Not like that. You know what I mean? It's seeing that reaction and can I relate to that reaction? You know what I mean? Can I see myself doing that? Possibly doing that. That's why I read a lot of comic books, and it took me forever. And when I was given that Punisher comic book, I was like, this I understand because of where I grew up.
Yeah.
And I was around the whole time. You know, the dealers, the thieves, the crackheads, you know, it's like this reality I know. I don't know this amazing Baxter building or Avengers. I don't know any of that shit. I didn't grow up there. This I grew up in. The shit show that I see in The Punisher, I grew up with completely. I understand it, you know? And to see a character do what he does to me, makes perfect sense. To the next person that's sane and probably a little more sane than I am, that's too much. But to me, it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then when I turn around, I flip that coin, I can read about Cap. That Cap is not about the American dream. Cap is about the dream itself. It's not about the USA all day. It's like, yo, I just want people to be happy and to live a fruitful life as long as you're doing it right. yeah. So that's my thing. Is like Batman. Batman is not with us mentally, but he does what's right and push himself to a limit that you can't imagine because he's just human. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And same thing with Nightwing and all the other characters I can relate to. You know, Jason Todd I relate to the most because he is not the son. He is one of the sons. He's more aggressive. He's more brutal, but he still does things right, just in his own way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like he has his own way of doing shit. You know what I mean? Does he have good moments? Yes. Does he have horrible moments? Absolutely. But you know what I mean? Like, I can relate to Gotham more than I can relate to Metropolis. And I live in Metropolis, by the way. I legitimately do. I can relate to Walker Back Frank more than I can relate to any Avengers comics I've ever read. Do I love all of them? Yes. But do I prefer the more grounded, gritty reality ones? Absolutely. 100%. You know what I mean? And when it's a graphic novel, it gets even better. You know, like when I first read The Boys, I thought it was an awesome concept. And then I saw the show, I was like, somebody got it. They got it right. Think about it. A bunch of regular humans policing superheroes. It's fucking genius and dope. You know?
We got any questions from the chat?
This fantasy match between Wonder Woman and Nikki Ash. As of right now,
that's not a match. That's death for
yeah.
Nikki Ash. She's gonna get impaled by a blade.
Even if
Wonder
she had powers.
People. All right, listen. I want you to do me a favor. Forget this Wonder Woman you see in the movies. All right. Wonder Woman is a warrior. She murders.
Johnny Five.
Who kill anybody because she was raised that way. So get this pretty, I'm saying, get this whole, I'm real peaceful shit out of your mind. She kills first, then she'll figure out later. Okay, just remember that, fellas and ladies. Wonder Woman is a warrior first, then a diplomat. That's how it goes.
Yo, look up the DC animated movie, Battle for Atlantis, or Battle with Atlantis.
Yes.
And watch her and Aquaman just fucking go at it.
Yeah. Well, or the one, the one that was good, the New Frontier.
Yeah.
Where she's telling Superman, by the way, when you see that she's bigger than Superman in reality. Guys, you guys don't know this. Wonder Woman is like a solid foot taller than Superman. They just play her down. She's an Amazon. You know what I'm saying? And she's telling him, because she had just murdered this whole village of men that were like raping women and using them in Viet Cong. And he was like, oh, you're not supposed to do that. He goes, I did what I know to do, what I was raised to do. Don't tell me not to do that. I'm helping my fellow woman. So, in turns, she murders.
Would she beat the shit out of Superman? Has she beat the shit out of Superman?
I mean, she's putting work on him. Like, you got to remember this. Once you tell Wonder Woman that the gloves are off and she takes off those bracelets, it's on. It's like God mode. She can go toe to toe and possibly kill him because she does have that sword that's essentially a God killing sword, and Superman is
a god. He's a god to us.
Yeah. See, the whole problem is this is the reason why I don't like Superman is everybody who should be able to beat the shit out of him does for a little bit, but he's Superman. So they gotta write him all of a sudden stronger, all of a sudden faster, all of a sudden out of nowhere, he has more shit that he didn't have before. Think about it. He went from leaping tall buildings in a single bound to flying. Then he went from flying to he can reverse the fucking thing of the earth and turn back time. Now he has to keep up with the Flash, so he can fly faster than the Flash. Like every time he's Scott Hall and Kevin Nash in WCW. Every time somebody came in and had a better deal, they fucking made his deal better.
Yo, that's perfect. I've never heard a more Yo, I've never heard of more. That is absolutely perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. It's just like, all right, like realistically, Wonder Woman is essentially the female Superman.
I can definitely see that.
You know what I mean? Now you have another like Martian Manhunter should whoop that ass just mentally. He should be able to break Superman mentally. I don't know at what point Superman like he's smart, but I don't know about kinetic powers or I don't know anything about that shit. But the point is, Martian Manhunter, it's that strong. He's like kind of a Professor Xavier of DC, you know, in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he can fuck you up mentally. And then his niece, Miss Martian, apparently because white Martians are more powerful there. They're like the minority there. Because you have green Martians and you have white Martians. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he essentially should break Superman in a way nobody else can. Here. Remember, he still has all the trauma from his planet blowing up and shit. Break that down. But no, not Superman. For some reason, Martian Manhunter pulls a Rocky and he unlearns all his skills when he fights Superman. They just go punch for punch, which is the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah, think of it this way. Martian Manhunter can take his hand and make it intangible, put it through Soup's chest, grab his heart, pull that shit out. Done. Same shit with Shazam.
Yeah.
Superman is weak and vulnerable against magic. Shazam is magic. And yet they keep saying that Superman is just gonna whoop this dude like it's nothing. And it's like, no, sir. You're weak against magic. How the fuck are you beating his ass 10 times out of 10?
Yeah. Like when they do that All-Star one where Superman and him got together to fight Black Adam.
Yeah.
Black Adam was whooping that ass, son. Black Adam was getting all up in Superman. He was on some like, oh, he looked at him. He goes, oh, you a bitch ass to magic. All of a sudden, Shazam came in, and you're like, Superman was gonna die, bro. Guess what it is? The moment to all these Superman fanatics, the moment he shows a little vulnerability, and the writer goes, I can't do that. Why not? Why can't Superman lose? Look how long it took Superman to die.
And then again, he didn't die. His heart rate stopped, and it was like one heartbeat a week or something.
I'm not gonna get into that because first of all, just let him die for a year, bro, and then bring him back. DC got so nervous that they're like, no, we can't have him dead. Yeah, you can. Bring up your other characters. It's just like wrestling, bro. We don't need Cena right now. Let him die.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's the same character.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Let him die and elevate everybody else. Why do you have these other characters? You have a Justice League.
Yeah.
And this is the guy. This is the only guy that's cool.
That's kind of why I've always been more Marvel than DC. Because to bring in wrestling terms, Marvel is like AEW, where you have your top guys. The top guys are they're not infallible. They can lose. They can fuck up. But you also have a plethora of other guys that you can read, that you can interchange out. Yeah, they do the whole death, he dies for a week and then comes back. But in that time period, they elevate other fucking people. Right now, there's a Cap comic book. There's like 15 fucking people that Captain America has handpicked to be like, all right, you're on my brigade. America Chavez, Sam Wilson, some dude in he literally just wears overalls, like the fucking denim overalls and a cap mask. There's one that's Native American. There's another fucking Spanish chick. He went through and was like, yo, I'm going to find people who I believe can hold this mantle, and I'm going to bring them all together. And I'm going to let them do some shit while I'm working on something else.
Shit. So, all right. Let's go back to Superman real quick.
Yeah.
has he ever died besides with Doomsday? And who can kill him? Theoretically.
So I think Doomsday is the only time like he officially like everybody know he died. You know, like for reader purposes. The only official death he has. Theoretically, anybody with a sliver of a fucking green rock can kill this man.
You know what's funny? You could put Darkseid up there. You know, if it was written away, you could put Darkseid up there. Clearly, apparently, Batman is Achilles' heel. I don't. All right, that works. Apparently, I don't. Whatever. He plans perfectly. Honestly, Wonder Woman or Martian Manhunter. They should, and Brainiac, by the way, because Brainiac, he is literally knowledge. How the fuck did he figure out a way to kill out Superman? I have no idea. He goes around the universe craving knowledge. You tell me there's no way he can find a way to kill a Kryptonian that's around Yellow Sun? Are you fucking shitting me?
That's always been weird to me how these super fucking smart people always get beat.
Well, I mean, it's the hero always has to win at the end. You can't leave. That's the only real problem with storytelling as a whole, is that you have to put a happy ending. Otherwise, people are not going to like it. Because think about this. To put it in like movie terms, the original Rambo, First Blood, in the book, he dies. Rambo dies. There is no more Rambo after that. Stallone wrote it originally that's exactly what happens. As he's talking to the colonel hands him a gun, walks out the fucking room, and you hear bang, and that's it. But when they did the test screening, everybody fucking hated it. So they had to rewrite it and put a happy ending, and he got out and he lived, just so people could be appeased. Because Lord forbid you have people fucking deal with adversity. Because everybody's, I just want to be entertained. I don't want to fucking think or fucking feel or like Jesus Christ. It's art imitates life for a reason.
Yeah, not everything is all sunshines and rainbows, man. It don't end that way. Especially with a guy that had legit PTSD. Then you put him through the ringer. Yo, just buy that guy breakfast and let him go. That's the great thing about that movie. That movie would have never happened. He'd be like, yo, I got you. Breakfast, you hungry? Come on, I got you. You're a veteran. You're clearly starving. I got you. No, Brian Dennehy decided, rest in peace, an amazing actor. That character decided to be a dick. So Rambo goes, hey, all right, you want to be a dick? I'll show you a fucking asshole.
And the crazy shit is when he started screaming at them, I didn't draw First Blood, they did.
Yeah,
it was like, you could feel it. You could feel it. Like, it's like, nah, they fucked with homeboy. They fucked with him.
And that's the funny thing about that movie is there's no way you feel bad.
Precisely.
You could have said, no, I'm not coming in today. You choose to be part of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Rambo told him, right, yo, my man, don't push it. I'm going to give you war like you won't believe, son. And that's exactly what he did. Yo, when a guy has a blade to your neck and you didn't hear him come by you, my man, walk away.
Yeah.
And then the guy that trained him tells you, let it go. You're not listening, bro. This dude he is made for this life. The definition of you're not built for this is the Rambo movie. You guys are not built for this. Not for that guy. Just let it go. Seriously. Nope. Everybody, pride. That's all pride.
And you want to circle it back around to our discussion where Lay was saying if you write a character consistently, in that first movie, I think he only kills like one guy, and it's accidental. Like he didn't even try to kill him.
You threw a rock.
Yeah. And then what happens? The next subsequent movies, this motherfucker's murdering everybody.
Yeah.
Put me back in the shit and I'll go fucking mow him down.
That last Rambo
was a horror movie.
Yeah, that was literally if you took Michael Myers' fucking kid, which was, I don't know, Yeah, it's been a week, right? Since it's been out.
What?
The last Rambo movie has been more than a week, like a couple years actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, no spoilers. You should have watched it. Did you watch it, like?
Oh, the last Rambo, yo, that shit came out deep.
I know. I just want to make sure that we're within the
No,
rules.
don't even know spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
Russo Brothers effect, bro.
Yeah.
You could have been watched it. If you didn't, go fuck yourself. Come on.
So his niece goes to Mexico to find her father. Finds her father. The father says, "Get the fuck out of here. I don't want nothing to do with you." So the girl that helps her find her father sets her up for some drug traffickers. He goes to get her back, and they go, "Oh, now we know who she is." They drug her, they rape her, they fucking maim her face, they maim his face, and they literally rape her until she's dead. They rape her and drug her until she dies. And then he gets her and she dies in the car ride home. And then sets up his house for when they come after him because he cuts off the brother's head. Like he cuts off one of the dude's heads. And I'm like, you're kind of a little bit too late for that. That should have been step one. You got my family. I'm going there to kill everyone. I'm Rambo.
I've done it before.
I'm going over there to ask you where she's at and then get fucked up. And then when you kill her, I get my revenge.
Dude, but here's how fucked up they made that movie. Like Toe said, the drug dealers did fucked up shit. And when they show up to the compound, as soon as shit pops off, you're like, oh, yo, whoa, relax, John. Holy shit. The fuck are we doing? the first dude he interrogate, yo, you can ask Toe. I'm like, I don't see why people were mad about what John does in this movie. Because I mean, if we're going off of this, I would be just as big as I would do just as much as he did. And then the first guy he interrogates, I immediately was like, what the fuck are you doing? Relax.
I'm not gonna lie though. That dude that killed my niece or did all, I would have really took that knife and chopped him in half. I would have made him sliced right in half like Thanos. With that knife.
Oh, hasn't been a week.
Yeah,
True.
you gotta wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, true. All right, but
No. The funny part is that movie, which is absolutely it's Home Alone on steroids. Awesome, amazing. it's like Kevin McAllister met the Predator, and they got the Dutch from Predator, and they got together and like they fused into one man. Like the movie, like what the fuck?
A good one is I think it's the fourth one. It's just called Rambo, and he's in Burma, and these freedom fighters hire him to like be a chaperone. That one is still bloody and violent, but that one makes the most sense because he was I'm out.
It's very justified.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out, and then they forced him back in, and he had no choice but to go back and help those people.
Yo, by the way, his bow and arrow skills are fucking amazing, son.
Oh yeah,
it's funny. In this one, he doesn't have trick arrows. It's just straight through head and throat arrows. And then when he gets that 50 cal gun,
oh my god,
the dude that's in the driver's seat, I don't care about anybody else. My man, he turns, he goes, I go, well, he looked at the gun and I was like, yeah.
See ya.
It's about to happen to you, son.
He killed
your soul. He just mows down everybody else.
I'll tell you right now, I've shot a 50 cal off the side of a ship.
Yes, sir.
That thing, even mounted,
kicks back like a son.
Like, and it's fucking mounted to the ship.
Is there a character that's like Rambo in the comics?
I would say probably Deathstroke.
Yeah,
come close.
Yeah, most like Deathstroke. Yeah.
On the Marvel side, Frank Castle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if John Matrix and Rambo had a baby, it would be Frank Castle.
Yeah. John Matrix is from Command.
This is not a lot, but then on DC side, it would be Deathstroke. On DC side, it would definitely be Deathstroke.
So, all right, what's the deal with Deathstroke? Is he an assassin that's just trying to kill Batman, or?
Okay. Well, Deathstroke, the whole story of Deathstroke, right? He joined the army at 16. He lied about his age, registration, right? But he excelled. You know that old saying, some people are born warriors.
Yeah.
Experiments. Joins up, right? He thinks 9 times faster than other human being. He has kind of a healing factor. It's not that great. It's not Wolverine shit, but it works. You know what I'm saying? Faster, stronger, all the usual bullshit. Here's the fun part. So he falls in love with another veteran there, woman, right? I forget what happened to his kid Jericho, but she shoots him in the eye, hence the eye patch. His wife shoots him in the face.
Jesus.
Beautiful, by the way. When you read that part, you go, "Yep, that's a happy marriage." You know, and then his first name is the Terminator. That's his first, like, you know. Then it develops with the Deathstroke, and he becomes pretty much an assassin for hire. He has his good friend of him, Wintergreen. You know what I'm saying? Which in the Arrow show is just a guy dressed like him, but in reality he's a black guy. He's a soldier just like him, but you know, you gotta remember, Deathstroke ages slower because of the serum. But Wintergreen helps him. You know, Wintergreen is an expert pilot, sniper. You know, he's a soldier too. But at the end of the day, he's pretty much an assassin for hire. So when he goes after Batman, the first time it's not personal, it's business. And then he just realizes, like, yo, why can't I kill this motherfucker? He has no powers. It's like what everybody else does.
Yeah.
I should be able to murder this man. Why do I fail? So it's kind of like that. I don't know if Cap has more to it, but that part with his son, I kind of forget a lot of the times. But I know that his wife did shoot him in the eye.
Yeah, so the only thing I have to add is the reason she shot him is because the serum he's on makes him crazy. It is essentially steroids, and he had like a roid rage from it, and then something else happened that turned his hair white and his beard gray, so he looks older, but he's actually not.
He's not as old as.
So you all right? He's like Steve Rogers.
Okay.
Like Steve Rogers is technically like 90-something years old, but he still only looks 35. That's how Deathstroke should look. But the serum turned his hair white and all that.
So he basically had like a bad batch, like if he was the Red Skull and Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like it wasn't it wasn't finished.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have they ever finished that serum?
I don't believe so. I think
that's one of those things where, like, after him they abandoned it. You know,
Okay.
actually, no correction. They did it with a new character called Damage. There's a character called Damage. It's like a Hulk kind of thing, where he can rage out, get big and huge, but he can only do it for an hour.
Okay.
In one day, he can only do it for 1 hour. So it's essentially that serum, but jacked up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So he can, like, you go bad shit, but only for an hour.
So
if he goes any longer, his heart stops and he dies.
Yeah, if he goes for 4 hours or longer, he has to call a doctor.
So all right. Speaking of the Hulk and the serum, now allegedly in the MCU, Banner was messing with the Secret Soldier serum, and he put gamma radiation in it, and then that's what fucked up, and that's how he became the Hulk. Now I know in the comics it was just pure gamma radiation.
It was he was making a new like gamma bomb, like the H bomb, the nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
He was fucking around with gamma shit, and then Rick Jones was out in the fucking shit, and he had to run out there and grab him, and he threw him into the fucking bunker, but he didn't get back in time. And that's how in the comics he became the Hulk, because he got hit with the shockwave and the radiation afterwards.
Okay. And so Abomination, he's not anything to do with the Hulk, he's just another creature?
No, the Abomination is a Hulk villain who he's another one. He's a gamma experiment. in the movies, they made it all linked to the super soldier serum. But in the comics, there's a list of people that just fucked around with gamma rays somewhere, one way or another, and just got fucking transformed.
So it wasn't a direct link to Banner. It's just the gamma rays.
Yeah. He doesn't have a direct link to Banner. They needed somebody for him to fight, and they made a fucking dude. And we already have a method to change people, so they just kept going with it.
So personally, which story do you like better? The fact that he's just tried to make a new secret soldier serum, or the gamma bomb?
I actually I like the gamma bomb one. You don't have to overcomplicate everything.
That's true.
He's a scientist.
Yeah, I like the gamma bomb one too, because it's still the representation of you tried to make a weapon that is potentially unnecessary, and look what happened. Now you turned yourself into the monsters that you said you were going to use this to stop.
Yep. That's that all lovely irony right there.
Yeah.
So in which Hulk is stronger, the one from the MCU or the one from the comics? Or are they the same?
They're supposed to be the same, but the one from the comics is stronger, because in the movies. So the great thing about comics is you can have each character to their fullest extent, because it doesn't matter. It's the story you're telling.
Very true. Very true.
You can have World War Hulk come down and stand toe to toe as Black Bolt is yelling at him, blasting away parts of the moon, and he's like, "I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna walk up and knock you out." In a movie, you can't do that, because at a certain point, it's the same thing with like anime. In a cartoon, you can get away with way more, because at a certain point, and Vin Diesel should have learned this, but at a certain point, when you go too ridiculous in a real world setting, people look at you and go, "That's stupid."
Oh, kind of like when they blew up half the world in Superman.
Yeah. Or when this motherfucker flies through the air and catches Letty and lands on a car and nobody's broken, nobody has bones snapped. Or Letty, who was just a street thug and a fucking chola, all of a sudden now is a Winter Soldier on a fucking submarine kicking the shit out of everybody with no training, because she was dead fucking 3 movies ago.
She went toe to toe with Gina Carano like a trained soldier, and I'm like, when did she get this training?
She also went toe to toe with
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey. Not only Ronda Rousey, but like 4 guards.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Tyrese can't fight. Tyrese and Han can't fight one guy. With all due respect, that guy wound up being Sub-Zero. With all due respect.
True.
Joe Taslim fucked both of them up.
But
he made them look like bitches. I was like,
but apparently in the Fast and Furious, Tyrese is an expert marksman. And you didn't see the last one. You didn't see the last one. The last one, he was literally stuck in a little room with a handgun, and the army was coming after him, and he literally turned his equilibrium shit and killed everyone. And it surprised the shit at him.
He was doing some gun kata shit. He was on some.
Yeah, like he was. Yeah, so boom, boom, boom. Like he had 7 bullets and he killed 12 people. I don't know how that works, but it surprised him also.
No, it makes sense. That makes sense.
That's why I was like, yo, in this movie they were making fun of themselves. They were making fun of themselves.
Remember, he said.
Not a truer thing has been spoken.
One more time, like, because you got cut off there.
He said in the movie, like, we're superheroes.
Yeah.
How the fuck are we alive? But you know what it is? Not because superhero. It's because they're family. With one.
That's what it is. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Stupid ass movies. Sorry.
And for some reason they're fast, and for some reason they're furious at something. They're so mad. I don't know why.
Because there's so much family out there that no one knows about.
You know what's exactly, because they're gonna don't worry, they're gonna come up with a third cousin from his 6th aunt that's gonna come out and be the next villain, because the Torettos don't know how to stop fucking. apparently.
Yeah, it's gonna be Dominic's sister, but not the one that Paul Walker's married to. It's
Dominic's sister from another father and mother.
Yes.
Like a close. Yeah, some crazy.
Yeah.
No, I can't wait for the real Brian or whatever his name is to show up, and like Paul Walker.
Oh, the real Paul Walker,
the fake one, the whole time. So now the real Brian shows up in the next two, and you're like, what? But this dude is clearly from the Middle East. I don't know how the fuck you told us the white dude was like.
Yo, and they're not gonna let him go. Apparently, because it was Dominic's brother, his sister came to help, and Paul Walker was watching Dominic's kids and his kids. Like that was the excuse why he didn't show up. It's like, no. Go fight your brother. Go ahead. Go fight the world's best spy and killer. Go fight him. I'll watch the kids, honey. I'll watch the kids.
Thing. How did the transporter lose to them? My man, he is a trained assassin. How was Dominic Toretto even go toe to toe with this man? Yo, my man, all the street thugginess ain't gonna make up for the fact that man knows how to kill somebody with a thumb.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that goes back to what I was saying. In movies, there's a limit to how far you can go before it just gets fucking ridiculous. And you can't have the Hulk at full strength. Because then there's literally, dude, to have the Hulk full strength and Thanos and the Call Obsidian do anything, you'd have to make them ridiculous. And then at that point, what the fuck's the point of him using the gauntlet to get rid of the Avengers? He's just gonna murk everybody. So then at that point, there's no point for a movie.
That's true, because I could see the Hulk like being fucking blasted by this guy's voice, and the moon is being ripped apart, and the Hulk's just chilling. It's like, all right, really?
The Hulk would just get annoyed. Also,
but in the comics, it works because in the comics you could turn around and have Thanos and Hulk battle it out and an end-all knockout, drag-out fight. And then when Thanos shows up to the other Avengers, they try to just fucking talk him down and they try to reason with him a little bit. In the movie, it's not going to work because you got the audience. Somehow, I'll tell you right now, I watched The Birds on Sunday while I was at work. The Birds is an Alfred Hitchcock movie in which literally birds just for no reason start attacking people. In 19 whatever the fuck movie that came out, 40 something, people were sitting down watching going, wow, this is an excellent movie. But now if you put that movie today and just erased it from history but just released it today, people would say that's the dumbest shit we ever seen.
Agreed.
So
I mean, it's considered a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Let somebody try to watch Citizen Kane right now. You know what's funny about Citizen Kane? I don't find it that amazing.
I want to know how the fuck that dude knew it was Rosebud. There was nobody in the room when he died.
But the good, the bad.
Yep, I was thinking the same thing.
Like my friend is a legit film buff, right? And I argue that Fistful of Dollars is better than Citizen Kane. And he went ape shit. But here's the fun part. I go, all right, so give me your points for Citizen Kane. He did. And I'm like, yo, those are good points. I did not enjoy the movie. Then I told him a Fistful of Dollars, and I gave it to him. And he goes, I never thought about it that way. I was like, I know. Because you know what it is? You've been pre-programmed to think that movies is the end-all, be-all. And you're not going to give anything else a chance. That's what it is. I came into this game also. I'm like, yo, I've never seen Citizen Kane. I watched it. I'm like, I don't get the big deal, but whatever. Fistful of Dollars. I was like, I think that's better. Certainly, Gion has something over your man over here. Spaghetti westerns all day. I don't need to see this shit here. And then he was like, I was like, I don't want you to sway towards what I'm telling you. I'm just saying is I'm giving you my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you guys ever get a chance to see it. I don't find it to be good. But Fistful of Dollars very entertaining. I absolutely love it. So,
That's part of his Man with No Name trilogy.
yeah, exactly. That's the funny part about that whole thing. But one of them, they call him Blondie. That's Blondie.
So, just so, because I know Vin doesn't know this, and maybe some of the people watching doesn't know this, Sergio Leone made 3 movies: A Fistful of Dollars, A Dollar More, and then The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Okay.
And they all center around Clint Eastwood's character, who literally has no name. They never once say a name for him throughout all 3 movies.
They just refer to him as Blondie.
Yeah, but it's not. The thing is, it's not a traditional trilogy. Like this isn't part 1, 2, and 3. He made 3 movies about the same dude in the same universe.
It's funny. You can, like, I remember somebody tried to figure out the order.
Yo, they really don't want him speaking on this thing.
No, for real.
It doesn't go from here to there. It just kind of it jumps everywhere. You know what I mean? Like think about the MCU if like somebody would do it sporadically, like nothing, like it wasn't the first Avenger, Winter Soldier, Civil War. Like they did it Civil War, First Avenger, then Winter Soldier, kind of like that. That's pretty much what those movies are like. But they're all good, by the way.
You know, the thing with Citizen Kane, though, I think people put it above everything else. Is not necessarily the story; it's how it was directed. Certain camera moves he used. He was the first one to actually put the camera on the dolly and like track a shot.
That's
and
true.
It's all the technical stuff that nowadays is of course what we use. But he was the first to do it.
Oh, it's kind of like the Matrix, the whole.
Where
everybody and their mother after that, it was over.
Yeah.
I saw that shit at Charlie's Angels. I was like, I hate this movie. I was like, I hate this movie.
You know what? I'm happy that didn't catch wind was the fucking Bourne Identity fight. Shit.
The shaky cam.
Yeah, the shaky cam. Yeah.
What do you mean? That shit was in tons of movies before they finally figured out to stop it.
Nah, I know, but I didn't watch any of those movies, so I'm happy.
You know what it is? I was funny because you guys brought that up, right? And I watch the Scott Adkins Art of Action, right? And he hates that shit too. Fucking, it drives him batshit, and I don't like it either. But when you used to watching kung fu movies from the 70s and 80s, and you're used to these, like, I'm seeing Jackie Chan, doing all this shit and then jumping off a bridge, losing, like when I get this, I'm like, I've trained martial arts and I've been in fights. At no point is anything really surveyed in this little area here. Jason Bourne story. I do like the stories. An amnesia agent, that's cool. But if you could just make the fight scenes a little better.
Oh yeah.
Like pull the camera back. I don't care if Matt Damon looks like shit. Because he's gonna look like shit. He's a weak dance partner in this, right?
Yep.
He doesn't fight. So it's a stuntman's job to make him look good. If you back it up, you can do that. No, you gotta, you know what I mean? Like, fuck those movies, bro. That's why John Wick is way better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The James Bond fight scene in Casino Royale, the first one, where he's beating the shit out that dude. You can see the whole fight scene. Right? Makes sense. Once you get like, I don't give a fuck about Matt Damon. Just show me a good fight scene.
Yeah.
I know Jason Bourne is a badass. You don't have to prove it that way. It's fucking weirdest thing ever. Yeah, but yeah. Like, look, like if you the Winter Soldier fight scene in the street with Cap.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You pan out. Everything in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Everything in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi's perfect. Yeah.
You know what? So the whole shaky cam shit should be like auto-tune.
Yes.
Like it should be used at certain moments to accentuate or augment a certain section of a fight or a certain hit that you want to seem, make it more gritty or real. It shouldn't be the entire thing.
Yeah. I feel like that shaky cam should have been all of Iron Fist show.
I would have never
Would've
got
been
through
perfect.
it.
You want a shaky camera show?
That's the one.
That's the one you do it. I'm just saying.
Speaking of Iron Fist and the Netflix movies, did you like that Elektra?
You know what's funny? No,
I didn't like it either. I
I didn't.
Maybe it was the actress, but I didn't.
Like, like I'm using him, but I could have done with another actress. You know what I mean? I don't know about Kat, but I just like. And you know what sucks about it when she was introduced? She was introduced with the Punisher, and that kind of blew everybody out the water. Even Charlie Cox, which is fucked up, but it's like, yo, John Bertho really took over that whole thing at one point.
Oh yeah.
He really came in and said, "Enough of this shit's my show right now." But when he had his own show, it was crap. Yeah, but I didn't like her.
Coming off of Jennifer Gardner's performance,
True.
I kind of I did like it because it was.
That is so unfair. That is so unfair.
No, but here's the thing.
That's like picking on a kid that has one leg and you kick his leg from under him. That's not right. You don't do that.
Well, hey, first off, he shouldn't have been running his mouth.
This is true. This is true.
This is true.
You only have one leg, but you got an ass.
Yeah.
I respect that, Kat. That's true.
No, but no, but the thing is, I've seen Jennifer Gardner in Alias and other movies actually be a fucking badass fucking fighter, and then for some reason they said, "Hey, you're playing Elektra," and she's like, "What's my motivation? What's the character?" And they were like, "Hey, you see this plank of wood? That's her. You're just a plank of wood. You don't emote. You don't fucking say shit. You don't feel shit. Just go out there, listen to Evanescence, and kick the shit out of some people."
Evanescence, holy shit, that's right.
And I'm a fan of Evanescence.
Me too.
I listen to them all the time.
Me
It's
too.
a shame that they got lumped in with that. But
yeah, with that shit. Yeah. It was you know what's funny? Great song, just bad timing.
Yo,
oh yeah.
Well, what's the irony in that? The song "Wake Me Up Inside" for a character that's fucking dead.
I swear to God, yeah, that's so accurate. I watched Dark Phoenix. Wasn't good the second time. Wasn't good the second time.
Didn't you pick that as your fucking movie, or was that?
I did it. That was bleak.
That's bleak.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Cap, we're friends. Let's not do that, right? Toe Tags did it the other day, and we're like, yo, let's not do that. We're friends. Then I watched Green Lantern, right?
Oh Jesus, you're just doing it to yourself.
Stop! You're not listening to me, bro. And I realized it reiterated how great Mark Strong is as an actor. He was a perfect Sinestro, bro.
Yeah.
Like I can literally read like the Darkest Night thing and read anything of Sinestro and go, yo, I get Mark Strong's voice now. You know what I mean? Like when I read anything Batman, I get Kevin Conroy's voice.
Oh yeah.
It's like, yo, anything I read now with Batman, I'm like, you know what I mean? But that, and it just reminded me that CGI was fucking atrocious.
Yeah, it was.
Holy fuck. Who thought of
The
that?
thing is, here's the thing, man. The fucking ring gives the wearer the ability to make its costume look like anything. So you didn't need CGI shit. Just explain that he's making it look like it's either leather or cloth or some real fucking thing.
You explain it all as a power of will, right?
Will and imagination.
What the fuck, man? He just wanted to look stupid, I guess. Yo, when I saw that, I was like, in the theater, I was like, no, I don't want this. And I do not accept this, but I paid for it, so I'm going to watch the rest of it.
Yeah, what? All right. I got two questions on the Green Lantern movie. Besides Sinestro, because we know you guys like Sinestro, what parts of it was good and that you liked from it? And if they were to redo it, which Green Lantern would you do? Who would you get to do it? And what story would you put in?
Oh, Cat
I'm
first.
hard pressed to find anything that I like about it. Watching it, I'm serious, dude. I'm pissed that I believe that's the first midnight showing that I've ever went to. Was that? And I'm fucking.
I'm sorry,
furious
bro.
that
I'm
was my
sorry,
first-
bro. I'm sorry, man. I know what it's like. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry about that.
Cause, dude, I was so hyped. I was reciting the fucking Green Lantern oath as we were walking into the theater, and then I left the theater like wanting to strangle myself. But if they had to redo it, either I would say Kyle Reiner as the Green Lantern or John Stewart.
Yeah.
Pick one of them.
Conrad, the cool part is Conrad is an artist, so
Yeah,
artist.
you should be able to.
But as you were saying, I'm sorry.
No, so if you do Kyle Reiner, he's an artist. You can go more into the fantastical realm and more of the creativity and all that shit. If
Absolutely.
you do John Stewart, he's more of the soldier route. You can do a little bit pared back. He doesn't have the biggest imagination, but you can do something fucking cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
And give us an original story. Just give us a story that makes sense from A to B, from A to C or wherever the fuck we're going.
Yeah.
Just make it make sense.
Yeah.
And actually give the fucking person something to wear. Because the scene where he transforms, right? This is where it's stupid. He's standing there, skinny as shit. He goes like this, and the motherfucker's got the wings.
Yeah.
But the actor doesn't have the wings. So what? The suit added fucking muscle to him?
Who would you get to play him?
Even his traps. I'm like, wait, you didn't have those earlier? I agree with you. Saving Grace, that's not Sinestro. None. I can't sit there and honestly tell you, that there was anything about that movie that wasn't Mark Strong's performance. Yo, when they went to Oa, it looked like shit. Like Oa was supposed to be advanced civilization, looked like hot ass. Why does this shit look like it stinks? I even looked at the place and it looks like it stinks here. Yeah. I would go with John Stewart. I'm a huge fan because of the Justice League Unlimited. Then I read the comics. I feel when you do that story, simplify it. Don't overcomplicate your life. That's the problem. You get a director, especially a new director, and they're like, oh, I have all these ideas. Fuck your ideas. This character has mad books. Pick one up, put that shit in front of you, pen to paper, son. Don't be that guy or woman or whatever. Pick up a comic book with John Stewart in it. Get on that. Why do you have to? Oh, well, he needs a tragedy. No, he doesn't. He does not. The ring finds the bearer that is most honorable. He puts it on. He becomes Green Lantern. Congratulations.
Yeah.
This is one of those origin stories that is so easy to do that it pisses off directors.
No, you know what you do? This is what you do. You pick, for the first movie, you pick a fucking storyline that's established. You do it well. And then for the second one, then put your own spin on it.
Yeah.
Because once we know the character and once we get through that learning curve and see, oh, this fucking guy is awesome, then you can put your own spin on it. But don't
here's a fun fact, right?
Before we know him.
Now that you say it, here's a fun fact, right? Mimi
Shit.
Oh, he's gonna have to say this again.
Yeah. We're missing this late. You froze after Mimi.
Okay, so I said the same thing about the Black Panther thing, right? Like, they took the liberties with Killmonger.
Yeah.
We want to take liberties, do that shit in part 2. Establish it first, then take liberties. Yeah. We know the characters. Now you can have fun in part 2. This is what you do. The same thing you do with Green Lantern. Establish the whole thing. John Stewart goes to Aura. Everything happens. Aura doesn't look like it stinks. It's highly civilized. You know, it's kind of like Wakanda in space. Right?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Put the big battery in the center where it fucking belongs. Right? Not that whatever the fuck that battery was looked like shit. Right? Somebody like it looked organic. I was like, I don't understand that. Right?
Yeah, it's
simplify the story. Simplify it. The origin story, the ring finds him. After that, you can build off that. But let the ring find him first. Why isn't that a thing?
Yeah, he found the ring, right? In the movie.
To play him, everybody's gonna go Idris Elba. No, I'm not saying him. I am not saying him. I want somebody no name. I want somebody very fresh, and if possible, some military background, like a Marine, because Jon Stewart is a Marine. I'm saying if you can, but otherwise than that, sometimes this needs somebody brand new, clean slate that has no acting experience, that he can just, because at the end of the day, look what you're getting thrust into. Yeah. You need somebody that has no idea what the fuck is going on. He's like, yo, I am going along for the ride with you guys the same way, because essentially that's what we're doing. We're going along with the ride with this new guy. He's figuring shit out the way we're figuring shit out too. We're looking it through his eyes. So I feel like that's what you need. Fresh perspective. Younger, just out the service, and get somebody that he can do more than 2 films. You know what I mean? Not that he's 47. There's nothing wrong with that. Somebody in the early 30s.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Would you guys incorporate the other colors besides the yellow and green, or would you just keep it yellow and green?
Not at first.
You remember that part about getting cute?
Established, yeah.
You do like 3 or 4. You bring in. You could even do the Black Lantern, the Death Lantern. You can have that essentially, like it can build up to it. Like in part 2, you get like they kind of hint at it. You know what I mean? And then in part 3, you kind of hinted it a little bit more. And then 4, they're there. They're like they show up. You know what I mean? And essentially, the Black Lanterns are death. And DC, they have the Flash death. Like they have death for everything. DC is very morbid.
Yeah.
Very morbid. Yo, they're very morbid. But if you do it correctly, because that would encompass all the Lanterns and all the Justice League. So you can honestly, with Green Lantern, you can really introduce everything again if you do it right. Remember, he's protecting Earth, but he's an intergalactic hero. So he can meet Lobo and all these people on his way. Then comes back to Earth, he's part of the Justice League. You know what I mean? So he can essentially do it all if you do it right. It's fun sack. But yeah, the other lights, you can do that in like 3 or 4 when you get cute. 1, let's make sure we get this right first. And that's the DC's problem. They want to jump so far ahead, they forget about.
He was gonna say the Snyder Cut.
No, none of that. We're done with that.
Yeah.
Yo, copy Marvel if you have to. Just get it right.
Yo, you know what it is? Here's the thing that for some reason they're starting to freak out because they're trying to catch up with Marvel. You have to establish clearly what the rules of your universe are before you start breaking them. But you can't just set up rules to break them. You have to learn what the rules are so you know which ones you can break and which ones you can bend. So we take a franchise like Star Wars, Rian Johnson, regardless of what you think of the movie, whether you like it or not, his whole mission was to break the rules of Star Wars. But here's the thing. He broke all instead of just a select few. And then when you break all, now your movie doesn't make sense because it doesn't fit in to what you told us the rules were. You can't just break all the rules. You have to break certain ones. Because if you look at look at Endgame, we established that Tony Stark the entire time is the most selfish fucking person, even above. He loves himself even more than Pepper Potts, even more than anything. In part 3, he looked at the kid. You know how I know? Because we're connected, and mocked the fucking child.
Yeah.
But in Endgame, they knew that there was a time we could break that rule. Now he's the family man, and it makes sense because they knew when to break it. They knew how to bring it in. That this is now the established going forward, and we already have a set of rules where we can look at it and judge and go, okay, I see why he broke off.
And they also broke that the rule with Captain America where he doesn't give up on anybody, but he kind of like, all right, we're gonna have to start living in the fact that half the universe is gone.
Well, I mean, that's not a giving up on something. That's like you have no. He didn't give up. They're gone. He can't do nothing about it. It's not like It's not like that was a thing about drug rehab and like, oh, all your relatives are they're coked out of the head. We got to give up on them. We got to learn to move on.
Yeah.
So I got a question here for you guys. I don't know if you're going to be able to answer this, Vin, but so what is a character that we haven't mentioned yet on any podcast that is a character that you are pretty sure no one has heard of before that you like? So like for me, I have a character called GW Bridge. He's part of the X-Men universe. He's a normal dude, no powers. He's just a badass fucking soldier. So badass that Cable recruits him for his little team of mercenaries. And he teams up with Cable a lot, and then eventually he becomes part of S.H.I.E.L.D. and part of other storylines. But he really gets no play whatsoever outside of the comics. And even in the comics, you're hard pressed to see him just free floating around.
Yeah. There's a girl, and I don't know what happened here, or who was writing it, but she started helping out the Punisher. I forget her name. She's a Reddit. I forget her name. At the top of my head, I forget her name. But she was like assisting him. Like she would dress like him. And it would be absolutely ridiculous because Kevlar doesn't ever look like that, doesn't shape right. Whatever. It's comics, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got, I'm looking at like, there's no way that's Kevlar. You have worn it? And she started helping him. You know what I mean? But then she broke off doing her own thing. And she went like 4 issues in. And somebody sniped her. But I like the fact that the Punisher was not alone. I'm learning. I'm getting the timing now, getting the rhythm now. Of the collapse, I'm getting the rhythm. That it's like he's not alone. You know what I mean? Somebody's understanding where he's coming from, and because pretty much the same thing happened to her. You know what I mean? Somebody fucked over her family, and she was like, "I got to find the guy that's been doing this for years." And at first, he was like, "Hey, go fuck yourself." After a while, she was like, "Well, you're pretty good." All right. And then after a while, he goes, "Nah, you can go fuck yourself." That's enough of that shit. I can't care about anybody. By the way, after he blazed her, you got to go.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yo, think about how long he hasn't blazed anything.
We have no idea what his blade schedule is.
No, trust me.
When he was Frankencastle, he must have gotten.
Oh my God, no. No, not that. Not that. I try to forget about all that. You know what I forget about the most? When he was an angel.
Oh my God.
Remember that shit show?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but at one point, some writer, I forgot who he is, and I'm going to find him one day and we're going to have words. He decided to make the Punisher he would right the wrongs that Heaven did. He had like these spiritual guns.
So he's the right hand man of.
He's essentially just Ghost Rider.
Yeah, pretty much.
Without
It's
the
like,
full
no,
plan.
it's like Ghost Rider, but not Ghost Rider.
Who's the disciple of Jesus and the saint
Gabriel.
Gabriel. So he's basically Gabriel.
Yeah. So that happened, right? That embarrassing moment. I didn't read any of those, but I saw it once and I was like, no. You lost the essence of the character. Then in my favorite of all time, Welcome Back, Frank. All puns intended. And I'm killing pieces of shit now. Yeah. So if anybody gets a chance, you get to read it just for shits and giggles. Give it a look. But right after that, Welcome Back, Frank. Please read those. Garth Evans murder. He's the same guy that wrote The Boys.
So I got two questions. That was Wolverine's son that killed Frank Castle?
Where?
With Franken Castle?
Oh, Dakin?
Yeah. Okay. So, and the second question is we're going to transition into Wolverine right now. So, how come Sabretooth wasn't on anybody's list of best fighters if he can just show up whenever he wants and fuck up Wolverine and Boogie?
Oh, because I remember we had the thing that they weren't allowed to have like superpowers.
Yeah.
Sabretooth he's super strong, super fast, super agile.
He has a healing factor too.
Yeah.
Slower, but he has one.
And he's got the nails of a kitchen lady.
So if we added powers, he would have been on your list?
Yeah. But so here's the thing. He could come in and kick the shit out of Wolverine once a year on his birthday and leave, and Wolverine can't do nothing about it. But seemingly everybody else in the Marvel universe could beat the shit out of Sabretooth. It's like he's only built to fight one man.
He's a walking handicap.
Because of the rage issue?
Oh, for some reason they write him that way.
Oh.
Like Deadpool owns him. You know, because they're part of the same Weapon X project.
Yeah.
Deadpool owns him. I don't know how.
Even if he went into beast mode?
But Berserker Rage?
Yeah, but doesn't he turn into an actual like animal when he gets? No, but all right. So from what I understand is that when he's calm, he can ward off the mental telepathy and all that. But then like with the Indian tribe that he was, like the more he gets in touch with his Sabretooth side, his beast side, he becomes like a wild animal.
Yeah, it's like a Berserker Rage, but he doesn't physically transform into an animal. He just becomes more feral.
I'm just saying, so that doesn't affect his fighting skills, or
so picture this.
He's not like the Hulk.
So, well, picture it like this: if me and you got into a fight, and I kept poking at you and making you mad, at a certain point, all of what you know about fighting will go out the window, and you're just gonna try to do whatever, which is gonna make it very easy for me to now beat you because you're not thinking of anything. You're gonna put yourself out of position if you think you can get a clean shot. So
it's more instincts instead of tactical. It's more instincts instead of tactics. You're going off emotion, which is terrible in the fight. You never want to do that. You're gonna get your ass handed to you. You want to be able to think things through. You know, you're blinded by rage.
Yeah. So if he lands it, if he hits you, he's gonna hurt you, but he's gotta hit you.
Okay. So who would have been your top fighter if we added powers?
It's funny. I've never thought of that. It's crazy. I can't think of that.
I don't know. I feel like Deathstroke and Deadpool would have to be up there. No, or am I bugging?
They would have like close to top spots.
Shit. That's a very good question because a lot of people with power still are not like fighters.
They're mostly brutes.
Yeah, they just throw.
Like there's no tactics to it. Like with powers, honestly, it's like and Cap's powers aren't crazy, but they're powers. But he's also a skilled fighter. So that's the problem, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like Superman fighting sucks. Like he just smashes. If you give Superman's powers to Batman, you have a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, you give it to Jason Todd, it'd be worse. That's tough. I've never thought of this list. Because usually the list is the other way. No powers, because the skills are all that matters.
Dude, even when you look up top fighters, it's mostly people who have no to little powers.
Okay, so here goes a better question. If we threw most of these people into a fucking arena, like some Dragon Ball Z shit, you have an hour, last one standing wins. Who's gonna win this?
The Hulk.
Even if you throw DC in there.
Yeah, even if you throw DC, because the Hulk. So you know how Doomsday was relentless, and that's what wound up killing Superman.
Yeah,
the Hulk is even more so relentless.
Yeah, I remember in the comics, Thanos says it. He goes, "Yo, I would fight anybody but the Hulk because he does not stop. He just keeps going." Yeah, I would go with Martian Manhunter just because of the variety of stuff he can do. You know, like he doesn't have to beat you physically. You know what I mean?
It didn't even.
But if he needs to scrap, if he needs to throw hands, he's not weak. You know what I mean?
But what if the Red Hulk's in there? Then Martian Manhunter is done for.
Well, the Martian Manhunter can break him down mentally. He doesn't have to touch.
Yeah, but wouldn't he be paralyzed with his fire because he's afraid of it?
Yeah. Ross is weak-minded. You know, his hatred for the Hulk would make him susceptible to anything mental. But with fire, that's tough. Yeah, because that's his weakness. But he'll find a way around it. I mean, he's a smart guy. Literally, he's a smart guy or a smart alien.
And you got to think in a battle royal situation, somebody else is going to do something about the fire.
Yes.
So all he's got to do is wait around until that.
Think about it. The Hulk hates Ross so much that he'll kill him himself. He hates Ross. And it's gonna take much for him to kill Ross. Ross is not on the Hulk's level.
The Red Hulk is nowhere near as powerful as the Hulk. Or is it just
you'll give him a run, but it's not gonna be on something like he'll kill him.
Oh, okay.
I mean, from what I've read and seen.
But conversely, though, the Red She-Hulk is stronger than regular She-Hulk.
Yes, that's true.
I didn't know there was a Red She-Hulk.
Yeah, Betty Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! And she has the fire thing too, or is that just?
Yeah.
So all the Rosses, all right.
So all the Rosses are fucked up in the game. The Banners and the Rosses are fucked up.
Yeah, and Betty hates Bruce now. Like this.
Yeah.
So Ghost Rider, he would just be like, "Yo, fuck this," or he's just killing anybody who doesn't pass the test.
If we're doing what the characters do, Ghost Rider's gonna lose because there's gonna probably be a lot of heroes that he won't fight. So like he'll look at Superman and be like, "Oh, I don't have to worry about Superman," but then Superman sees a fucking skull on fire and he's gonna think, "Oh shit, that's fucking Atomo," and just fucking hit him, and like he's gonna get blindsided. So it's a little of an unfair thing.
Can he take that punch?
Not if he doesn't know it's coming.
Okay.
Like it's the Ghost Rider has gotten fucked up before. He's not infallible. You can fuck him up. And with the speed of Superman, he's not going to see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to be. Here's the thing: the Ghost Rider is going to get distracted if there's anybody in there that he needs to be taken, that he needs to take out. So it's easy to kick the shit out of somebody who is not even trying to fight you, trying to fight somebody else.
Yeah. So that's what superpower thing is kind of tricky because you got some people that are OP, some that are not. But a lot of the people that are OP have absolutely no fighting skills because they never need it.
Like Ghost Rider is not a fighter. He shoots a gun. He has a chain.
Yeah. He has a stare.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to fight. You don't need to know how to fight. Would it be helpful? Do you?
Okay.
So that's one of those things where, like, a guy like John Stewart with his ring would have an advantage. He's trained. He knows how to fight.
Does he?
You know what I'm saying?
Does he do more than just the big hand and the baseball glove? Because I feel like that, like in the cartoons, that's all I really see him do.
So again, he's not. So the willpower is the biggest part of the Green Lantern ring, of the Green Lantern. Imagination helps with building constructs. He has a very strong willpower, little imagination. So what he can do, or what he's gonna think of, is gonna be rudimentary shit.
Okay.
It's gonna be something he remembers or something tactical.
Yeah.
A weapon or something like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? But most lanterns, whatever he does.
Okay. So Superman versus the Sentry, they're pretty much the same characters, but who's winning that?
It's got to be Superman for the simple fact that the Hulk has beaten the Sentry before. Because the Sentry is a fractured person. He's the Sentry, but then he's also
the Void.
The Void, which is now Superman versus the Void. That'd be a better fight.
Because he's what, like the Dark Phoenix when he's the Void?
Well, he's fully unlocked. He has no inhibition. So the Sentry he puts up his own barriers because he knows about the Void. And he's the opposite of Goku. So he's trying to stay at a certain level, which will hinder him.
Yeah. Think about the World Breaker Hulk. Same thing.
Okay.
He's just free. You know what I mean?
All right.
So, and the two thing is he's going to kill. That's his thing. He's going to kill. You know what I mean? Superman do everything in his power not to kill, but the Void has no qualms about doing it.
My favorite thing the Sentry has ever done. It was I believe in the Civil War comic where they tried to get Daredevil out of jail. Oh no, Daredevil was visiting somebody and they did a jailbreak. And Carnage came out and was about to get Froggy. And the Sentry is just sitting in his jail cell, not moving. And he hears Carnage about to do something. And he just, boom, flies over to him, grabs him, takes him to outer space, and just lets him fucking go. And then goes right back to sitting in his jail cell.
Shit.
And he just sent Carnage floating in the vast void of space.
Damn. Okay. All right. But transitioning to where you said that he's just holding back the Void, that's kind of like Cable, where, from what I'm understanding, 99% of himself, he's trying to hold back the disease he has.
Yeah.
So, if you take away that disease, how powerful is Cable?
Oh, Cable's probably the strongest mutant. Because Hope Summers is supposedly the strongest mutant. Depending on what the fuck you read and who's writing it.
And Cable's Scott Summers' father or son.
No, Cable is Scott Summers' son, but he's not Jean Grey's son. Scott, I think, fell in love with like a clone of Jean Grey or
Yeah.
some shit.
Yes.
Okay. And Hope Summers is
It's Cable's daughter.
Cable's daughter. All right. So how powerful is he without the thing? Like, what is his powers?
His powers is, I think, like telekinetics, like
Yeah.
a whole bunch of mind shit he can do.
Yeah.
Energy
It's pretty much
projection.
it's pretty much the powers from his mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does a little. I think he does a little bit of like what Bishop does as well, but not to the same scale. As
Yeah,
Bishop.
like he can absorb energy and redirect it.
And then the technology, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And,
That's the
time
arm.
travel and whatever all that shit.
That's the Winter Soldier arm, more advanced.
Okay. So Kenny was saying the Battle Cat versus the Bear Cat.
Battle Cat. I'm a He-Man fan, so.
I'm a He-Man fan too, but bears are more destructs. They have actual hands. So I think a bear can fuck up a battle cat.
So a bear with the agility of a cat can fuck up a cat that just knows battle. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I get it. That's what we do here. We have the facts, in 4K. We have the facts in 4K right there for you. Anybody that's wondering. But can he make a good mofongo? I mean, if he puts his mind to it.
You can. You got to learn it.
So,
now you got me hungry, you son of a bitch.
Who is the smartest character out of DC and Marvel?
Franklin Richards.
Even more powerful than his sister.
That's what they are telling us.
You said smartest.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying because apparently his sister, the daughter, is smarter. Like at 3 years old, she knew that in 52 months, her intelligence would drive a wedge in between the family, and she literally had to give the mask that she was dumber than what she was. And Reed Richards knew that at 3 years old that she surpassed him in knowledge and intelligence. This is what I've heard.
So here's the thing. You heard that somewhere, right? Again, I read comics. I look up what's the latest shit going on in comics from time to time. I try to stay abreast of things. And until today, I would never been able to, if you put a gun to my head, I would have never been able to tell you what her name is. But I knew Franklin Richards, and I know what the fuck he does. So, and what the writers and what Marvel are telling me, he's the smart one.
Okay. So, who are some of his bad guys that he goes up against? Because with an intellect like that, I don't see too many opposition for him.
Funny enough, more often than not, he is the bad guy.
So he's like the Doom.
Yeah.
Is Dr. Doom around during this time?
Yeah. Dr. Doom is a god. Like he became a god. He did a whole bunch of shit.
Did he take the Beyonders powers again?
Not again. He did it once before, but not this time. This time he just literally ascended to godhood.
So it's funny how we're gonna see ascended as you say that. Yeah, of course.
So how does Dr. Doom not become smarter than him, or is it just intelligence is out the window and he just gained power?
No, well, yeah, Dr. Doom just gained power. Like his intelligence hit a level, and it stayed there. And then he was more about just gaining power over different shit. Where Franklin Richards and now his sister, their knowledge has surpassed the level of what Dr. Doom has.
Okay.
But again, you can be as smart as you fucking want to be, but if you don't know how to use your intelligence or if you don't know what to do with it, it means nothing. So like you could take somebody who's fucking book smart and fucking Mensa candidate, drop them in Harlem, drop them in some of these streetwise places, and watch them fucking flounder because they don't know how to use it.
Okay. So if we take Neil deGrasse Tyson and drop him in, I don't want to say Harlem because he's from the Bronx, so I'm pretty sure he knows. But you drop him in
Red Hook.
the MCU. Red Hook. The MCU.
Yo, I would love to see a comic where Neil deGrasse Tyson is like waxing poetically with either Reed Richards or Doctor Doom or T'Challa or somebody about the quantum realm or the negative zone or some shit. That would be so. It's gonna sound worse than I intended, but that is gonna be like watching the Harlem Globetrotters in the Scooby Doo mystery, where it's like it's something that's awesome outside that actually exists, and you get to see them interact with something that's cool, that's fictional. It's gonna be an awesome thing. You can actually have him. See, this is where I don't know if people would be into it. I would definitely buy it. But if you have him in a fucking theological battle where it's him versus Doctor Doom, and the whole comic, no punches are thrown, it's just a fucking discussion about something going back and forth. And it's a fucking intellectual battle between them. I would buy that in a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
I mean, that sounds interesting, like Frost Nixon type shit.
Yeah.
So, all right. Now, since the intelligent, but all right. Which bad guy that doesn't have powers? Let's say like Kingpin or Black Mass or the Joker, or well, I mean, we could take the Joker out of it because he's batshit crazy. Unless you guys want to keep him in there.
I mean, he doesn't have a power. Being crazy is not a power.
But I'm saying, like, which one? I mean, because he's like a given of this question. But which one of them would be the scariest if they had like the Infinity Gauntlet or just found immense power?
So we're talking about normal villains.
Yeah, like the street level villain, you know, like a Kingpin or Mr. Purple, or you know, somebody who's not a big bad, but if he got some immense power, he'd be scary as shit.
I would, right off the top of my head, I would have to say Kingpin. Because Kingpin would snap half the universe away, but not like when he snaps, it's not going to be instant and it's not going to be random. It's going to be picked out and it's going to be fucking torturous and it's going to be sadistic. It's going to be some shit where you're like, yo, he hated these guys. Like Daredevil's going to be given sight just so he can see his arms and legs ripped from his body. Like, it's going to be some shit.
So who would you pick, Lay?
That's a good one. Trying to think of an interesting one. Shit, Kingpin's good. I'm a big Kingpin fan.
If you want me to buy you some time, I got another one.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take the Frozen as a yes.
Yeah.
So I would say Doc Ock. That would be interesting to see what he can do with that fucking gauntlet. Knowing that he's wanted to be Spider-Man, he's inhabited the body of a clone from Spider-Man. That would be interesting to see what he does with it. Because remember, having the gauntlet doesn't mean you're gonna snap half the universe. It just means you have the ultimate power.
Curious Cassidy without the Carnage suit.
Ooh.
Yes. Have that insanity with that power. When he can pick and choose what to do, when and where, how? Woo! I'm getting chills thinking about it, and it's very scary, by the way, too. Yeah. I have a second one, too. It's tough. That Curious Cassidy one's tough. You know what I'm saying? Morbius.
The Hulk?
Morbius.
Oh, my bad.
Vampire dude.
But
Okay.
Morbius before he becomes a vampire. See, the kid was arrogant and an asshole. and he thought he knew everything. You give him the Infinity Gauntlet, he does.
Yep. Here's a question to bounce off. Unless you have your own answer, Toe.
No.
No, I would have said the Kingpin just because he's. Right. But I'm thinking like who on the DC side, because imagine Lex Luthor.
On the DC side, everybody's going to pick Lex Luthor first and foremost.
Vandal Savage.
Who's Vandal Savage? Oh, that's the guy that can't die.
Yeah, Vandal Savage is the immortal dude that's been around from fucking Stone Age. You give him the gauntlet, yo, stand the fuck back. I don't know who the fuck's stopping him.
Yeah, Vandal Savage is good, but Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, yes, that
would be interesting. That would be interesting. A man that has lived not as long as Vandal Savage, but he has some time because of the Lazarus Pit. Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, to anybody out there that's touchy about it. Ra's, but yeah, him.
Yeah, here's a good question here. Which hero from Marvel or DC would you not want to wear the gauntlet?
The Punisher.
That's fuck, man.
I mean, he might just snap half the universe just because fuck y'all, douche.
No, but he'll be legit he'll snap the guilty.
This is true, and it'll be a lot more than fucking than half. But
there's some people that have some people walk through life with some fucked up mindsets, bro. That they don't do anything because they don't have the courage to do it. They don't have the balls. But I go where you're coming from. Stark, my first one.
Doctor Strange. Apparently,
I'm an idiot. No, Reed Richards. He has no sense of human emotions. Like Reed Richards doesn't know what it is to be a regular human being. Like he doesn't know how it is to be polite and nice.
Oh, he's one of those assholes?
Yeah, he's never had to be, man.
My man, he had no point did he have to deal with like the Thing and Johnny Soma, the closest people that call him on his shit. Oh, and Stark. But Stark does it just to fuck with him.
Yeah, you know what it's like, Vin? Reed Richards is like me when it comes to being social. Right? I don't really have to be social when we go out. I got K. K can be the life of the party.
Yeah.
I get to do whatever I do. Or you can be the life of the party. I just do whatever I do. I don't have to be social. So therefore I didn't pick up on those skills to be so.
Yeah. So think about that guy with that. His thing is going to be just strictly intellectual. What the world absolutely needs is essential. A lot of us are fucked.
He's gonna fuck that up because he's gonna put a lot of shit that he thinks we need, but we probably don't. But my answer was Moon Knight. Because of his psychology and his mental fucking problems he has.
Absolutely.
Yo, he would probably be just as bad on accident as fucking Cletus Cassidy.
Absolutely. And it's funny because, like you said, it's not intentional, but he's just going to do it because he's fighting himself as he's doing it. Yeah. On the DC side, I don't want Batman having that. I love Batman. But he does not need that.
I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to be controversial. I don't want the fucking Flash to have it. Because the Flash be making all the wrong fucking decisions.
Oh, yeah. That's why I said...
that is essential. He's an idiot. You know what it is? The heroes are seen as emotional morons. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like their emotional intelligence. It's never good. And that's one of the things I want to... The next one we do, I want to bring up. I told twtich about this, and Cav knows. Has any hero really dealt with their trauma that has a trauma? Have they dealt with it? You know what I mean? Like, have you dealt with it or are you living with it? I know my favorite. That shit is here. He is embedded in it. The Punisher lives in that trauma.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing. You're having somebody with a lack of emotional intelligence having
I feel like every time he gets to a good point, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, he pisses me off. Yeah, I'd rather Cletus have it because he has none of that. He's just a weight. You know, he's a force. But somebody that's like Reed Richards, he doesn't know how to deal with people. This you're gonna give this guy that he's not about logic, and logic doesn't deal well with emotion. And that's just gonna mad people are getting fucked over because of that. You know what I mean?
Reed Richards would turn around and be like, "Oh, the world is starving, so instead of just making like more food, he'd be like, well, kale's a superfood, so everything's kale now." It's like I'm helping. It's like, no, you're not.
We're all vegans.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you for that choice, bro.
Yeah, motherfucker. Now we're gonna have to talk. Now we're gonna have to talk.
Yo, don't Scarlet Witch me, bro.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? The thing is, these people, all these intellectuals have no emotional intelligence. But then you have the people that have all emotional intelligence, but they can't balance that out. So it's a tough sell. You know what I mean? I'd rather I'll pin it on the cycle and be like, at least I know where he stands.
Yeah.
I know what Cletus is gonna do, bro.
Like they said in like Johnny Depp said in Pirates of the Caribbean, you can always trust a dishonest man to be dishonest.
Absolutely correct.
So which character doesn't need the gauntlet? Like which one would be the Jake the Snake of comics where he doesn't need to be champion to be as good as he is?
Captain America.
Cap is held in such a high regards by villains and heroes alike. They're like, like Doom said, you're able to get people to do things against their own beliefs and will. Like, you literally.
Again. We're not meant to hear this.
I guess not. Oh, it came back.
Yeah, there you go.
It didn't cut off this time. Yeah, but the point is, he's able to will people to do stuff that they would otherwise second guess because it's Cap. You know what I mean? Cap. I mean, most people don't question Cap, so there it is. You know what I mean?
So would that also mean T'Challa would have needed?
Yeah,
he's had it though.
Oh, he's had it.
Yeah. And
what has he done with it?
So when Doom became a god, he wielded the Infinity Gauntlet to stop him.
Okay. Because that was when Doom was trying to invade Wakanda?
No. At this point, Doom already won. He had all of his shit. Reed Richards was like a second in command. He had heroes working for him, and T'Challa was like on the low working for him. And then he got the Infinity Gauntlet, was able to wear it, and use that to fucking turn the tide and put everything back to where the fuck it was.
So in the comics, it doesn't destroy you like in the movie, the Infinity Gauntlet.
There is a way in the comics for people to wear it without it being They see the thing is in the movie they have to make it like that. They have to give a big consequence. Otherwise, why the fuck would we care about Kang coming? We just go get the gauntlet again.
Okay.
In comics, you could do the storyline where at the end of the story, the gauntlet goes away, and then everybody goes back to whatever they were doing because it was only for that fucking story.
Do you still have to like be worthy enough for the gauntlet, or anybody could?
No, the gauntlet has nothing.
The gauntlet's not immune. It's not immune. The gauntlet's not immune. It's not like that.
But like,
what about the Soul Stone? Wield it. Gamora wielded it at one point, and Nebula.
Well, I heard Nebula was crazy.
Yeah, Nebula. When Nebula took it, everybody's like, "Whoa, let's stop her!" And then we'll stop them.
Thanos was like, "Wait a minute. We don't fuck with this bitch. Truce.
Yeah. I know my daughters, not her."
Yeah.
And so in the comics,
think about it. You rather have it in the most dangerous woman in the universe than her.
So to answer, I think the question you were about to ask, in the comics, there is no requirement to get the Soul Stone.
Okay.
You don't have to give a life for a life. Again, in the movie, they did that because you need certain plot devices. You need something to you need a reason for Gamora to be off screen for half the movie.
Yeah, but I mean, it also makes sense because like something has to be permanent here.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't the Hulk's arm.
But then again, it doesn't make sense because you give it back, and what the fuck, does that person come back? No. So like,
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
not a.
But do they give it back?
Well, Cap has to give it back in order to reset the timeline.
So now, but now this is where the question is like how that's an open-ended source there because he gives it back. What happens?
So here's the thing. Doctor Strange, the what if for Doctor Strange, when they were saying that there are absolute points, I think Iron Man's death, Black Widow's death, and some certain other shit are absolute points in time. Thanos snapping everybody, it's an absolute point in time that those things had to happen when they happened in order for the timeline or for everything to flow the way it should flow.
Yep.
So the what ifs aren't canon, but the justifications
canon.
for some shit are canon.
No, so the what ifs are canon. They're just not. The what ifs are canon
In a
but they're
different
not-
universe.
They're not timeline canon. Like you can't sit here and go, "Oh, I'm gonna watch the first Avenger," and then the first episode with Captain Carter. Like it doesn't fit in the timeline. But the fact that what if is happening is canon it counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because now that the timeline is fractured at the end of Loki, we are watching parts of the fracture.
Well, we're watching it through the Watcher's eyes.
And we're gonna have to wait until next week to talk about that one, because we need a week. Yeah. Because that.
Yo, the Russo's Law, bro.
Yo,
Yeah.
In a week after that, whenever we're gonna do spoiler alert, we're gonna be like, yo, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, when the Spider-Man movie comes out, you got a week.
How powerful is the Watcher?
God, insanely.
Is he as powerful as a Celestial or more powerful than?
I think he's on the tier underneath the Celestial.
Okay. And who's above the Celestials? The one above all, or?
There's a few people who
Tribunal.
The Living Tribunal.
The Living Tribunal.
So the one above all is the top, but there's under him there's an actual like god of the MCU, which I forget what the fuck his name is, but.
Oh, damn! I had his card. He literally looks like space, but like in the mold of a person.
Yeah.
Weird. It's fucking weird. I forget his name. Yeah. But it's like the one above all, that guy, the Living Tribunal, then a couple other folks in there, like
and the people
beyond
who make the Celestials, and then
yeah, kind of those fellas there.
Do the Tribunal, are they like judges or some shit? Or?
No, the Living Tribunal is one guy with multiple faces.
Kind of like the Transformer dude. When they went Galvatron.
Yes. Funny, his face actually it floats above. There's no neck. There's a body, and it has four faces that turns. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, and they serve as justice, law, death, life. Like they all serve a function of reality.
Would they work with the TVA?
No, they're they're like a function above.
And the TVA has they're not on that level.
Ah.
Yeah. No.
But the TVA is a thing in the comics.
Yeah, no, it is. It is a
right.
thing in the comics. It was kind of an obscure thing, and then they made it a bigger thing. Like once they did it in that one, they did it in the Thor comic book, right? And then they brought it back, and then they never mentioned it again. It's not that important, but low key made it important.
Damage control.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like damage control. By the way, I wish we would have got that show. It would have been awesome.
Oh, the Shield one?
Yeah, because how many times have the Avengers not fucked up the city? And these guys had to clean it up, even Spider-Man. And damage control has to show up there, and it would have been it would have been a great comedy. Gotta keep cleaning up after these motherfuckers.
They kind of did it in was it Homecoming?
Yeah, but the thing is, damage control came after the damage control was the people coming taking their jobs. It was damage control. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, those are the people that took his job.
Introduce it that way, yeah.
That show would have been like a mix of Superstore and The Office.
Yeah, I'm like, these fucking guys again. But I mean, if you're damage control, you got to pay something really good to do that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Even in the comics, this is still America. They're probably making $15 an hour.
This is true.
They get 1 week vacation and 3 holiday pay.
So you're picking up alien tech and you're still getting paid shitty.
Yeah.
Those are one of those shows that I wish it would have happened, like the New Warriors. There was so many shows that could have made it. Like I remember I saw a clip of that Wonder Woman show. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
I was like, you know what's funny?
Patrick or whatever her name is.
Here's a funny. Pedro Pascal was in.
Shit. Pedro Pascal was in the TV show?
Yeah. He was in the pilot.
He was in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Funny. He was like her liaison.
When did that pilot come out?
It never did.
Years ago, brother.
Oh.
Years ago, brother. That was like early 2000s or mid 2000s.
Shit.
Maybe 2011.
2011, around there. I can see that. Yeah.
So, all right, last thing of the night before we go, because I want to try to start ending these at 12. So yeah, because lack of sleep has really caught up to me. Like if you could tell with the camera now, I got no hair. I've been trying to hide that fact. I've been combing it to the side and shit like that. But anyway, the new DC movies that are coming out, Flashpoint. Well, Batman's the next one, but Flashpoint is the big one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And all right, so I know there's a lot of rumors or there's 15 different Batmans and this other shit, but what are you hoping for this Flash movie to accomplish for the DC universe? Is this supposed to be like a reboot? Are you hoping it's a reboot, or what is this supposed to be? Like, what are you hoping for, and what is it supposed to be?
I'm hoping for 3 things. One will never happen, and 2 of them are feasible.
So logic is the first one.
No, the 2 feasible one is I'm hoping that Michael Keaton has a return to form as Batman. And it's not a weird thing where we're looking at him like, ooh, his time has passed. 2, I'm hoping that this does what Loki did. And this just opens it up and gives us, like, the Flash fucks something up. So now this Justice League and the new one are all in the same place. They all happen just in different fucking Earths. Just give an explanation that will tie it up. So that way, the Christopher Nolan Batman was on Earth 32. The Ben Affleck Batman was in Earth fucking 3. The new Batman is whatever the fuck. Like, just give us an explanation as to why there's 15 movies about Batman and all of them are different.
And like the Christopher Reeve Superman is on this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one thing that will never happen in a million years that I wish this new Flash would do is get fucking rid of Ezra Miller and put a better actor in this Flash.
Yeah, they're fucking running.
This motherfucker said that he took Tai Chi and he took martial arts, and that's some of the movements. I'm like, yeah, you seen Usain Bolt run? Fastest motherfucker in the world. This.
Yeah,
you don't. He's not swimming.
Yeah, I don't understand that logic. You took Tai Chi and martial arts to run? Because why don't you take running? That's like me saying I took mathematics to lift weights.
Very few things in Tai Chi like have you doing this. You like.
He probably took a keto and mistaken that for Tai Chi.
I saw that running. I was like,
yeah, that was to me. I was like,
re-edit it so that every time he runs, he's throwing batarangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. At least he's doing something. Cause I mean, if you don't want him to look like a bundle of sticks while he's running, please change that shit. But go ahead, Lay. Your turn.
Yeah. First, I wanted to completely reset all the bullshit we've been through. All right. Josh Whedon, even the Snyder Cut, fuck all that. Let's get back to the basics. Let's restart this shit. All right. Don't catch up. Start your own shit. You will be successful. 2, I want to see Michael Keaton as the lead. Like Michael Keaton is getting them together to fight a bigger threat. You know what I mean? He's essentially the Nick Fury.
Okay.
But multiverse wise. You know what I mean? He's picking the best of the best. He was like, not that Flash, that Flash. Not that Wonder Woman, go fuck yourself, that Wonder Woman.
Ain't shit never talked about the women.
He's getting the cream of the crop.
There you go.
You know, like I want to with Cap, what will never happen is they'll get it right.
Yeah.
I feel like DC doesn't want to even. I feel like DC is like the WWE. They don't even want to try at this point to get it right. Like, yo, we're going this way. They're going this way the whole way. Really? I'm rooting for you guys. I want you to win.
Oh, I just thought of another thing I would like to see. I would like this. So, Michael Keaton, return to form. I would like this, though, to be the last time Michael Keaton suits up as Batman and then spin this into Batman Beyond and bring in Terry McGinnis with Michael Keaton as the old Bruce Wayne.
That's the only Bruce Wayne. That's the only Bruce Wayne.
I heard Ben Affleck is also.
I wanted to do that one episode. Batman, meet Batman. Batman, meet Batman. Like, I wanted to be like Ben Affleck. It goes, meet Batman. And he goes, I never believed I was this green. And then he does, let me show you interrogation. By the way, I have no idea where that Kevin Conroy voice came from. It was legitly like, let me show you how to interrogate. I'm like, yes.
Yep.
This is how I know him. See, kind of like that. Yeah.
Yo, Comic-Con's coming up. I've been in the room where they were doing the Arkham Asylum video game, and he came on stage to talk because he was voicing the character. And I've been in the room where they asked him to say, "I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman." And also, I'm not wearing hockey pads. Fucking greatest thing ever.
Shit, that's got to be dope. See, for me, what I'm hoping for in this Flash movie, which I don't have any high hopes for, I'm hoping that they legitimately, when he goes back in time and fucks everything up and he has to fix everything, they reboot everything. Like, they re-show Batman fucking up Superman. They re-show, like, the fucking Justice League forming and, you know, all this other shit. And they tie in fucking Shazam. And they bring in the Green Lantern. And they tie in, you know, like, the shit with Wonder Woman. With Wonder Woman and a new Ares fighting her. And you know, that whole bullshit with 84 is gone. You know, like, it's just straight out, like, in a 15-minute span, these are the 25 movies we asked for. You know what I'm saying? Like reboot it. Like, cause how many times have you seen them go, they did a way better Spider-Man in the 12 seconds that Marvel did him than in the 4 movies.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like that's what I'm hoping for. But like it's not gonna happen. The best we're gonna get is a Batman. Like the best we're gonna get is Batman.
Yo, like I'm only really looking forward to Michael Keaton. Yo, Black Adam, Shazam, all that other shit's coming out. Yo, I'm only looking forward to Michael Keaton.
I hear you. And to be honest, I didn't even know. Like, I knew Ben Affleck said that he had fun playing Batman in this movie
than the other ones.
Yeah. And then it's like Michael Keaton. I'm like, I guarantee you that this movie is gonna fuck that up somehow. There's gonna be 25 seconds of Batman's, and Michael Keaton's gonna walk in, I'm Batman. And that's it.
No, he's not even gonna wear the suit. He's just gonna come in and be like, I'm Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, like, they're gonna show the The interview he had with the dude from the late night show, whatever the fuck, he goes, "Oh, so you played Batman?" No. I am
Jimmy
Batman.
Kimmel, he goes, "No,
Yeah.
I am Batman."
Yeah, that's gonna be a part of the movie.
Goes, no. I don't play Batman.
I am Batman. Like that's gonna be in the movie, and that's it.
I just thought of one more thing that I want this Flash to do. For the love of God, please get the death of Batman's parents correct. No other movie has ever gotten it done.
For real. But if imagine if they tied in all the characters to make it one cohesive universe. They tied in the actual TV shows. So that way you don't have that way they don't have to fucking explain who the Green Arrow is. Or any of those fucking people that are already there. It's escaping me. Or Supergirl. Tie in the fucking Supergirl. Throw her in there. Just make it cohesive.
Oh,
well, she is in the Flashpoint.
There you go.
Yeah, there is a new
Supergirl
who has dark hair and looks Spanish.
That's the new Supergirl, Spanish Supergirl? Yes. Good. Yeah. We need a Spanish-looking Supergirl.
I think she's like Superman's daughter from an alternate timeline or some shit like that.
Why couldn't she just be Kara Jor-El?
Yo, I'm not DC, bro. I'm with you.
So basically, all of our hopes are fucked up.
Grab a fucking comic book, open it up, pen to paper, son. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Why do you have to be creative? Who the fuck told you to get creative?
For that, she should just be Power Girl.
With the tits?
Yeah. We need the tits. We didn't get them from Wonder Woman. We need the tits.
We're not going to be able to tell the difference if you don't have the hole.
Yeah. That's what gives it away. It's like the glasses. If Superman's not wearing the glasses, we don't know who's Clark Kent.
Yeah, that's her.
I full screened it.
That's her.
The Mila Kunis?
Yeah, that's Supergirl now.
I don't know her name, but I remember they did broadcast when they announced her.
In the movie?
They told her online, like, yo, they told her on a fandom thing, like, yo, you're gonna be Supergirl.
So why does she look like Spider-Woman?
Oh, because here's a better. This is the full version of her costume.
She looks like if Spider-Man was dressing as Superman for Halloween.
Well, that's the new thing for Supergirl. No more skirt, no more.
I understand that, but you couldn't do something better?
Well, dude, everything looks weird, but previs. But let's see what it actually looks like on when they actually put it to film.
So all of our hopes and dreams for DC movies are horrible. Let's just hope that they come out with more cartoon movies, and we'll call it a day because they're winning on that front.
Drops pretty soon. The Injustice one drops pretty soon.
Yo, shout out to I don't know how much screen time she's gonna get in the movie, but shout out to Laura Bailey, who's a voice actress, who's done a whole bunch of anime. She played young Trunks for Dragon Ball Z. She plays the Black Widow voice for Avengers Assemble and all the cartoons. She's playing Lois Lane in this movie. She's part of the Critical Role team. They play D&D. An amazing voice actress. She does video games, a whole bunch of shit. I can't wait to see her nail this role because she's fucking phenomenal.
Nice, shout out to her. So, on that note, next week we're gonna talk about these heroes and their trauma, if they work through it or not. So, pen to paper, guys, pen to paper. Yep. We got some big ones there. Maybe some ones you haven't even heard of, because there's a lot of trauma going on in the comic book world. Hopefully next week
happens to be like an epicenter of heroes becoming heroes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and hopefully next week we have a new guy coming on. His name is Shonuff. You may not know who the fuck he is, but we're gonna introduce him. Cabs might, come back. He's still, healing up from his extraction. So, feel better, Cabs. And
I'm also planning to have my Comic-Con video should be done by next week. Put up. I go there on Friday.
There you go.
Give you a little taste of what that's like.
Yep.
Have fun, Cap. Enjoy yourself, man. Do yourself a favor. Stay away from the weirdos.
Yo, is there any artists or writers? Because they have Artist Alley. If there's any artists that you want me to swing by, say what's up to, or get something from.
That's good. If Jimmy Lee's there, I'm a huge fan of Jimmy Lee.
Yo, Jimmy Lee, the line for him, I'd have to show up on fucking Wednesday and wait for.
The guy that did the guy that wrote the Carnage run, the Black Symbiote run, that he did the Null run. I forget the cat's name. He's doing Thor now. I forget the cat's name. Cates?
If you get the name,
Cates? I think it's Cates.
If you get his name, shoot it to twtich. And
I will. Yeah. Once I figure out the name, I'll shoot it to him. You know what I mean? But yeah, little snippet. You guys know that we appreciate their work, and most importantly, DC, get your shit together.
That's right. And if you can't, you can always go fuck yourself. Go ahead, Cap.
Before we forget to plug the other shit we're doing.
Oh shit! Yeah, there you go. That's true. Tomorrow, movie podcast. We're gonna be reviewing the first Halloween from 1978, the original Halloween. The original Halloween. Thursday, we're gonna be comparing Lay and Show's draft compared to the WWE's draft and how they fucked that up royally. And then so in the show on Friday, who knows what we're gonna talk about? Last time we spoke about women and what we consider hot and when it's the best time to talk to your girl about having sex more than once a week. So we do everything on this fucking podcast, and I challenge any motherfucker out there to do what we do. Just go fuck yourself before you do it. And on that note,
like, subscribe, share. To these two gentlemen, once again, great times.
Yep. And on that note,
there you go. And on that note, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out, everybody. Peace. I pushed the fucking button.
There you go.
There you go.
Every time.
Every fucking time. Just label the button.
I labeled it. I don't know.
Oh.
Sometimes that shit happens instantaneously. Then other times that shit just decides, you was talking to me this whole time? Fucking stupid ass shit.
Off. Just
his face off.
Or stream end.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The hell happened to the show, bro?
I don't know. He didn't even fucking respond to me. I hit him up earlier. Nothing. I was like, yo, bro, we need you to ask these questions. Nothing.
Hopefully he can get